Yo, what's happening, people? You're listening to the Rest Things podcast, the Kenya Omega approved podcast. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, you already know this podcast is by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow!
Episode 141 of the Wrestling Podcast.
Make some hot.
This guy's so...
I don't know if the Ron Punch defeated me if I defeated it, but make some fucking noise for 141.
All right.
Hey. Fucking put your hand down. I don't want to
fuck. I said 141. I did the one.
Okay, cool. Keep it that way.
We got a big special guest in the building.
Yes. Superstars.
Monklizzy.
We've got Monklizzy. What? Give me more name. Keep going. What else? Come. Let's go.
Well travelled. International superstar. Meltzer rated.
Platinum rated.
Just leave it there. Meltzer
rated. 5 star.
Facts.
Michael Oku.
For a second, I thought you were doing it for Sam Blacks.
Now we play.
Hey, see when Michael's in the ring, yeah? I'm always trying to look at Michael's eyes. Say, Michael, look at me. I'm here. We're here. When he says now we play it, bro, he's gone. He's switched on, bro.
I think I said it to you guys night one when I saw you guys after the show. I'm so blind. I can't see. I can't see far. No, I just have bad eyesight. I just have bad eyesight, which I think helps with my nerves. I feel like just because first 3 rows and then it's just blurred. So I just see a sea of just dots and everything. So wherever you guys are, I'm just looking. I'm like, yeah, I see. I'm getting the energy, but I don't know who I'm looking at. I don't know what's going on. But nah, man, I'm glad I could be here. Like again, it's been 9 months.
We ain't spoke properly for since Osprey.
It would have been before the match hadn't happened yet.
Yeah, before Osprey.
So yeah, the match hadn't happened yet. So that was January 20 this year. Yeah, January. That came along.
Months.
I was a whole cruiserweight champion at the time. I was, so a lot has changed. I'm not,
We got to talk, fam.
Let's run it all down. We could.
Do you want the intros, yeah? She's running.
Of course, man. Do intros, man.
Cool. Go for this. It's a full professional, now married Lloyd and Narfi.
Let's go!
That's it. We're talking.
Bear man was seeing the thing going. Bear was like, "Wait, did you get married?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm Lloyd. That's my real name." In fact, don't even call me Narfi no more. Call me Lloyd on this podcast. I'm going my mum Lloyd.
Should we change that on the asset?
Most obvious, yeah. Cool. Why not? I'm joking. Now call me Narfi, man. Yeah. To my left, I got. Wait, is it Michael?
I've been
he's the guest. He's
been on more than...
No, but he's still a guest, though.
Do it again.
He's still a guest, isn't it?
The price has gone up. It's still up.
No, the price has even gone up now. So when I say got, you say daddy. Go up.
Daddy.
The strong star rating, leg drop hating, big back rubbing, stroker loving, son of a gun, your boy Doughboy, aka Sody Lee, aka John Strowman, aka 32 Hottie, aka Pro Gop Tees, aka Swave Michaels, aka the Cargill Maniac, aka put your fucking hands down, because I'm not gonna lie, go forgive me if I bust my nine. And I'm not that one, I'm number 5. And to my left we got
the main event liver, champagne sipper, big back
driller,
babyface
killer,
back in the building. Good to be back on the Wrestling's podcast. Come on. What's going on? It's your boy Njpw'D, aka VRSYJNES, aka the Masked Married Man. Coming from South London, the best part of London. Homo Roadside G's, we're in the building. Married Club's taking over. 3 out of the 7 are here. Mandem, there's hope. Mandem, there's hope. There's hope. Secure your babes. Get your rings. Get your rings.
Oh, who's that jumping out the sky?
Hey, yo, show them your mask, man. Oh, yeah. Show them.
Man got that sombra.
You got that new.
Yeah, the new.
I got that tranquilo.
Come on. Andrade thing, innit?
Boy.
It's a DR.
DR club.
DR club. I'll take care of you.
Boy, it's your boy Sam Blacks, Mr. Controversial.
Under DR.
Mr. DR.
Doctor.
Underdone. Richard Top 5 Dead or Alive, Big Man. Nikki Bella's baby boy. Mr. 150 million %. Mr. Hot Takes. Do you know what I'm saying? Hot takes, you know how it goes.
You know about that one, innit?
Yeah.
Mr. Get the food, get the scales.
Gets the Pyrex. No roly-poly on today, but it's all good because, you know... Yeah, man. Immediately!
I
haven't been on a podcast in a minute, but it's good to be fucking back. I love it.
Yo, people, it's your boy NK, aka
AKA bedroom voice, AKA Mr. Lotion, AKA we them ones.
CEO, the president. Oh, see how we fought? Let me reload it. Yo, people, it's your boy NK, aka the man of the hour.
Too sweet to be sour.
aka the Hood's Japanese correspondent, aka the CEO, president, the commissioner, the TDM, Tokyo Dome Merchants. Yeah,
we in
man,
the
I'm
building.
Bro.
And our special guest.
What can I say? You already
What
ran
can I
it
say?
down. What can I say? I don't know. You were writing it down. Oh man. Oof.
I heard it come to get my title today. What's going on, man?
Oh, I'm okay. I'll run it down. The longest reigning undisputed British Cruiserweight champion in history with 890 days. The most defenses in history with 16 defenses. I don't care. I'm the greatest Cruiserweight champion of all time. And I ain't just talking about Rev Pro. I'm talking about WWE. I'm talking about WCW. Name a title reign that involves a 5-star match. You can't. You can, because it's me. It's the master of the half crab. It's the New Japan Pro Wrestling debutante. First ever Nigerian to wrestle for the place on Nigerian Independence Day.
Come on!
Talk to
I'm a
them.
Nigerian.
Yahoo!
$1 million.
Come on, man. We're the best wrestling podcast. What the fuck? What other podcast gonna hear Nigerian music? Come on, man.
You can't find it. Nah, thanks for having me, guys. I'm glad to be back, man.
Come on, man. Anytime, man. Anytime. Bro, do you know what it is, yeah? Let's go back to the beginning of this year. We had you on our podcast. I think that was one of my favorite episodes we've ever done in here and anywhere, to be honest. We had a lot of chat. Bro, you saw us the match. Remember we wasn't gonna go? Do you remember that?
I remember, yeah, man.
We wasn't gonna go.
Can you remember? You think about hindsight now.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
Would've
Think about the
been pissed,
hindsight if you
fam.
didn't go.
Yeah.
Would have been pissed.
Like again, this guy didn't go.
Oh,
No, he
I was engaged. I was engaged that day.
With what? Engaged to a woman? Or...
No, not to a woman. I just had family stuff to deal with.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't there,
Cool
but
guy.
you missed out. I remember I was
No,
I
I
was so
got
upset.
upset.
I remember I kept on looking at it. I was like, Derek would enjoy this match.
Nah, that again.
Insane.
I
Best
tried.
match I've ever seen live. Nah, ever.
Think again. That's what's crazy is that that's what a lot of people have said, and in terms of like the feedback, and to this day, like now people will still bring up that like that's the best match they've seen live. That doesn't compute in my head months later. As a wrestling fan all my life, for someone to say, hey, I've been watching wrestling since I was a kid, and the best match I've ever seen is with you. It can't compute. But again, I had a good feeling about that match before it was gonna happen. That's why I came onto the pod. I was like, this is something gonna be special. But like, I could have never imagined the talk, the buzz, and just the way the buzz happened. Like, for people to be so high on the show and on the match the day of. There was so much talk from the people who were in the building that on that day, that was the day that Dave Meltzer was like, where can I watch this match?
Yes. I saw. You know what it is? I saw the tweet. Do you know what it is? We saw everyone talking about the match, and after I think someone added him and he goes, "Where can I watch?" When I saw that, "Where can I watch this match?" I said, "Bro, them man are gone."
Yeah, I saw a few people there. When I saw
said,
people
Michael's
tweet
gone.
him
I
and
said-
he responded, I was
yeah.
like, okay,
I said,
now we're
Michael's
getting
gone.
to business.
I was like,
Michael's
what?
gone. Michael's gone.
And you got to think about my mindset as well. Was like, yes, I knew this match was going to be big, but I was thinking this is the same day as the Royal Rumble, which was
absolutely disaster.
well,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you couldn't predict that. For the Royal Rumble, that's probably one of the best, like exciting, one of the most exciting pay-per-views like you could ever be like you can trust in it to be good and this and the other. And again, like I had that match and then I did watch the Royal Rumble live and I don't know if I was just still gassed, but I was like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Especially because, like, obviously, it's 2 Royal Rumbles. Lesnar Lashley, which, let's face it, that was like a dream match for people. There's probably a podcast episode of us talking about that match happening one day. That's like one of those dream matches that you've been thinking about for years. Like, oh, it's all happening. I was in such a gas mood that I was like, I'm now so excited to now watch Royal Rumble, this, that, and the other. And, like, man. I was like, man.
Absolute poo.
Man.
Absolute rubbish.
You watched it with who on it?
Yeah, there was like a bunch of us that like just went to just watch it live on the network. It's just like on TV and just like, man,
This ain't better than the shit we put on.
That's great, but as again, I was just like, this is surreal. I was like, I'm watching WWE, and I'm thinking, I just
had a 5-star match.
People are my phone is still blowing up.
People are still talking
because
about
they're talking about this, and they're talking about while watching the Rumble. They're like, man, I'm so glad I went to Rev Pro. I'm so glad, man.
And that's how I felt because I ended up going to meet them to go watch Royal Rumble after.
And then
when I met everyone was like, bro, you missed out. And then as we're complaining about Royal Rumble, they were like, yeah, I'm so happy I went to Rev Pro because the show was just an amazing show.
Even aside from your match,
I was gonna say
like the match Gabriel had with
Francisco.
Francesco.
That was great.
Sunshine Machine versus Ozzy Open.
Yeah, I was on that.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I think Shooter had the opening match.
Shota and Suji.
Suji.
And then what's cool about that show as well is that show had Luke Jacobs versus RKJ.
Yeah,
and it was billed as fight for the future. Those two, and well, you look at who wrestled that. Who were the champions? I was the cruiserweight champion. Will was the heavyweight champion. Who's the cruiserweight champion now? Who's the heavyweight champion? Yeah. Long time.
Long term storytelling. Done in a minute.
It's all in Refro, and Refro, there's been so much of that though. There's been so much long-term storytelling, which is why, I mean, obviously I'll talk it up, but like, there's so much stuff, especially seeds that were planted when we were doing like empty arena shows in the pandemic in 2020, that the payoffs have only just been happening like now, August. The York Hall that just went and come, the 2 day stuff with like, obviously Ricky was gunning for the title first in the pandemic in Portsmouth.
He had did he win the final SWE?
I won that. I won that. I took it from him.
No. They were obviously
the heavyweight. Yeah. So there was a Speed King thing. I beat him for that to unify with the cruiserweight title. Then he won the heavyweight one to like.
But then he started growing around with the old.
Yeah, I've got the old belt that you haven't won. So that story began from there. And then finally he had the match that he was the final one to dethrone him. Myself and Mills.
I
started our stuff there, and obviously like. What happened at York Hall happened where he kicked me in my face.
Flogged you.
Hey,
flogged you.
Do you know what my favorite thing about wrestling is? There's a clip, There's this black kid. He's just like he's got his phone out. And he filmed it. He happened to catch it. He's filming. And this is just like so typical of what a wrestling fan does. He's shouting his ass off. I'd love to if we could just insert the clip. But he's like, but the boot happens. He boots me, and then the kid's like, "Oh my god!" and his phone is shaking. "Oh my god! Oh my god! He turned heel! And then the silence. Like, I knew it! I knew he was gonna do it. I knew it. So just like that's such a wrestling fan thing of like being like in shock and being like, but I knew it was gonna happen. But like again, like so much has happened with Rev Pro, and then again like January that match with Will did so much for myself. Did like you see what then?
Bro, do you know what it is? From when I saw when I saw Michael with a cowboy hat, I said, nah, I can't even call this guy Michael. Bro, but
it's our Sheriff Michael.
Even talk about like really obviously like going to GCW before the whole talk about that like just because like I feel like from that match. Like, you're already building momentum on your own, but then that match just like added gasoline to the fire, and then like the year you've just had like GCW, new like obviously Royal Quest, like just like from the Will Ospreay match, like what are some notable moments like post that happened for you?
Well, I guess Mania weekend would be the next thing. Again, that's like the people that watched that match. It was such like a validation of like, okay, so what we're doing here is good because. That's the first time that I'd say like the world was watching. It's the first time that like most people, and it's now this thing where the majority of people in the world who have watched me wrestle, the first time they would have watched me wrestle would have been that match. And so obviously that also sets a bar of like, okay, if they want to see me wrestle again, and it's not against William Ospreay, I've got a lot to like live up to. But like for them to be like, I've never heard this guy, and then be like, wow, that was insane. That was like really cool. That like, okay, the things that we're doing here, and the fact that we've been believing in ourselves, that we've got a good thing going, just took one person to watch. Like, well, it took everybody to watch it, one match, one show as well, because people watched the whole show. And they're like, oh, this is something I've got to check out more. So then, WrestleCon, people in charge of WrestleCon, which is like basically the High Spots team. They were the one that contacted me to ask like to bring me down to Texas for Mania weekend. It's so funny how things can work in this day and age because it was all done through Twitter DMs, like as in all the way from booking the flights to everything. I'm like, man, is this real? Yeah, like it's like, is this real? This is actually happening. And then yeah, just like I want everything to be booked, the hotels and everything before it was actually happening. Like I was like, oh, it's real, it's happening. Got booked for that, so I was on. So they were doing their own 2 shows. They had USA versus the World, and then the Super Show, the March Hitchcock Memorial Show. So to be on that was cool. And then when GCW knew that I was coming down for Mania Weekend, they were like, you have to be in for the culture. I think it was who was it that? Suge was definitely someone that contacted me. I know that, but but I'm trying to think who it is. That's like
AJ Gray.
Yes, that's it. It was AJ Gray. AJ Gray was the one that was in like he's like the actual liaison. I was like, these are the guys I want. So I was like 3 shows. Like I'm more than happy to be there for a week, do 3 shows, not crying, and then I could just enjoy again, wear cowboy hat and enjoy the rest of my time. Cool. And to wrestle Rich Swann.
Hey, that's crazy, bro.
It's just kind of like a crazy kind of thing that you don't even put on your bucket list because it's like, well, it's just not a thing that you even thinking will even happen. And then the 6-man, we had this wild 6-man at the. That was
the worldwide.
Like Ray Horace. It was on my team. Laredo Kid, Josh Alexander, Ace Austin, Black Taurus. Then I get that win with Frog Splash and Black Taurus there.
How was it wrestling Black Taurus? Because I think for me, he's one of the best luchadors in the world.
The guy that was the
ball.
Just this giant.
He's massive, but he's mad fast.
He can do anything. He can lift you.
You've seen him before?
Yeah, I've seen him on Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
he would have been
or probably AAA or Impact.
Yeah, he's great, man.
Impact,
him and Josh Alexander, I left that being like, man, those are 2 people I want to have singles matches with. And I just feel like we just gelled so well. But like that was just a kind of crazy feeling. I saw Vladimir, that fan. There's this fan that's always front row.
Vladimir.
I popped probably the most. That's what I'm saying. I probably popped them. That's what I'm saying. I don't think
that was the documentary.
All my VHS cassettes here from young.
Yes.
You might know Vladimir.
Yes.
You might know looking at me like, who's Vladimir?
Insert a picture for anyone.
I know Vladimir.
Bro, that guy goes way back. ECW, WCW, WWE. I think he's the New York man.
Maybe, but like he's always like
he's always
in a New York show.
Yeah, he's always
New York show. He's
the chairman.
Every show that there was a point where WWE they advertised they were gonna do a documentary.
What is it?
Yeah, that's what I said.
They just
dropped it.
They've kind of dropped it. Like it's gone cold.
Why?
That's the first thing I asked when I saw him.
What did you say?
I asked what's the documentary.
He said he don't know.
He doesn't know, man. But
has he seen it himself?
Listen to Solomon, so like he said it, like from all reports, like not the documentary's been scrapped, but it's definitely like low on the priority list in terms of release.
Even we was meant to have Broken Skulls session with NWO.
Oh really?
It was Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Oh, what Scott?
Oh man.
But before he passed away, it was advertised, right?
It was advertised.
Yeah.
But you seeing him was like just mad. And then he's down front row watching me wrestle at one of the like, that's crazy. Some of those weird things that you pop for a fan, and then just being in that situation, like it is just like a big wrestling party. In the fact that like most things are happening in one like hotel. The shows are happening upstairs. There's like the meet and greets happening, and there's just so many wrestlers. Some that I haven't seen before. Some that I just grew up watching. That I don't even have it in me to go near them. But there was one day. This is what I say. I won't say it's the greatest day of my life, but it's close. But this is why wrestling fans are nerds, because for me to say this is the greatest day of my life says everything. But it was the Rich Swann match. But that day, I wrestled Rich Swann for defend the cruiserweight title, main event of this USA vs. the World thing. That was the last show, and then I hear that I'm with Hyan. She's looking after me. Like she's looking after me while I'm there in Texas. Like we're always hanging out where we can. And she's like, I can get you to meet Booker T.
You're lying.
I was like,
what?
and he's next to Christian. I was like, listen,
Christian Gage.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me. We have to go. It's a must. I was like, I'm gonna go change. And we're gonna go upstairs and find these two.
Man, put his best show. You don't even put a collar.
I was like, I'm ready to go, but I'm changing. But then Rich Swann, me and him are talking. We're talking about so much stuff, and I'm like, but in my head, I'm like, Christian. That's all I'm thinking in my head. And then like, I was like, yeah. But then like, there's so much. He's talking to me so much that I haven't even changed yet. And then in this back room, all of a sudden, all these women start coming into this room, and by women, I mean Victoria. Hey. I'm talking like the women I grew up watching. We're talking these like the Christy Hemmings, Gail Kims of the world. You know, SoCal Val was there, and I'm just like, and I'm trying to check it out of my trunks, my pants,
my knicker.
And because so in that room where I'm changing, they're gonna do an event called WrestleMania. where like they're gonna watch WrestleMania, but everybody's gonna like dress up to the nines in a way, and then kind of like dress up to their best and like do some talks. So they're trying to set up, and I'm trying to change, and I'm like, y'all, you guys don't know what you don't know what I was doing. So I finally get my clothes on.
I hear it. Right, you know me, anyway.
Man's the fucking hearing man. For the doctor.
I fucking rate it.
So I go upstairs, and like the convention's kind of over. Like they're not Booker T's Christian, they're not there. They're not there. Like, fine. But then there's like a little room. So like the way it's set up, there's like loads of, there's a big room where everybody is. Then there's like a small like VIP room, and they might put some special wrestlers. And I can see Ric Flair.
You took a picture of him. Okay, you took a picture of him. Yeah.
And I was just like, if I don't try, and he dies next year, I will never regret it. I will never. So I literally, and it seems like you got to pay like a special price to like go to the VIP thing, and I'm just any guy. I don't.
But you're a wrestler though.
But at the same time, I'm like, I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm just a guy, so they're not gonna be. But I just go and I just asked. There's a woman that says, "Hey, can I help you?" And I was like, I'm a professional wrestler from the UK, and I'm just a big fan of Ric Flair. Would it be okay if I can ask to like get a photo of him? And she was like, sure. And I was like, and then Ric Flair's sitting down, and like I'll be honest, like you see him up close and personal, especially nowadays. Like he's an old man. He's sitting down, he's an old man, and then he sees me like looking at him, and he's like, and I just said, fucking hell. I was like, hi, Ric Flair. My name's Michael. I'm wrestling from the UK. I just wrestled downstairs, and I just saw you, and I just thought it'd be okay if we can get a photo. And he's like, sure, no problem. And he just stands up, and like, again, he's an old man. It took something. I was like, I couldn't believe that he was standing up to just be like, yeah, no problem. Not even an issue, just to take this photo. And this is one of the few times I'm like legitimately shaking. I'm like, fucking hell. And then I tell him that I was like, when you grab the leg for the figure four and you shout, now we go to school, I was like, I say now we play. Nobody knows that I took it from you because it's like it's like your 10th catchphrase that's like that every again. So like I just want to thank you because I've taken that and I've just run with it. And he said, oh no worries, this, that, and the other. And he knew Rich Swann, so to hear that he was like, oh man, Rich Swann's great, this, that, and the other. I was like, that's it. So I was like,
sorry, not sound like a creep or anything. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Did he smell good? I know this guy's got money.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. I was smelling myself. I was like, I'm smelling of sweat. Like, that's it. I just spent a match there, but he was just like, for him to stand up and take a photo of me, I was like, this is it. Woo! Ric Flair, and then
It's not Ric Flair, man.
That is a moment.
Nature
That's
Boy.
something I would like to do.
It's not even done yet.
I'd be like,
no, there's more.
It's not even done.
Oh my
more.
days.
Shit.
And then, so I'm there with Hyan. Her husband Stephen Wolf is also a wrestler as well, and I'm just like, I just can't believe that just happened. And they're like, that just happened. And then we're walking out there, walking down the hallway, and then kind of walking to the side, kind of making a beeline, is this tall man, curly hair. It's William Regal.
Oh my!
He's just walking. And it's like he's like with someone, but it's like he's being escorted to go somewhere, just walking.
Was this before he was signed to AEW?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Has to be.
No. So when was March, April?
When was Revolution?
It was this year.
It was this year.
It was the first pay-per-view of AEW.
Revolution.
Wasn't that February? What?
Revolution.
I think he'd already
It was
been
this
signed.
year.
I think he's already in AEW.
Because I can't like William Regal wouldn't be around like that, would he?
I think he was already in AEW.
Yeah, he was in AEW.
Yeah. So he's just walking, and I'm like, in my head, my brain immediately goes to, if he hears my British accent, then maybe he might say things. So I'm like ready to say. So honest, that's my thing. I'm like, my strategy's already made. I'm like, I was gonna say, hello, Mr. Regal. My name's Michael. That's all that's come out of my mouth. Like, I'm gonna say, I'm from the UK. I'm from London. As soon as I said, hello, Regal. My name's Michael. He looks at me and he does that little. He's giant, by the way. He does a little tilt. He's giant. Giant.
Bro, how tall?
I thought so does me.
Yeah.
Maybe like 6'3", 6'4".
You're lying.
Yeah.
Because remember, WWE guys are pretty big.
That's what my boy even said. Not my boy, but when I got the championship belt, he said Mick Foley's huge.
Yeah, just things you don't think about. You don't think about, and just a random guy.
Mysterio's about our height.
No,
No,
he's not, bro. I got a picture of him. He's small.
He's small. But he's wide though.
Okay.
Moxley's kind of short as well.
Yeah.
Who Moxley?
I'd say that he's
you meant
tall.
Moxley?
I haven't seen
I'm
him
taller
in
than
person.
I'm taller than Moxley.
Moxley. Oh, definitely.
He's not that short, but he's like
You just,
not
just like
big.
normal height.
Yeah,
kind of
normal
thing.
height. Yeah.
Regal 6'2" still.
I'm taller than him.
Nah. He's
From
taller
what
than
the
that.
internet says.
I felt like he was taller than that. But yeah, I was like, hello, Mr. Regal. Like, I know I'm stopping him from going somewhere. But it's like, hello, Mr. Regal, my name's Michael. And then as I say that, he tilts his head and he's like,
Michael Oki.
Michael. I was like, nah. You don't.
You're probably thinking about Michael Jackson. It's
No,
not me you're about to say.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson.
Anyone. Michael, you wrestled. I've seen you wrestle. And I was like, wow, my name's Michael. Like, you've wrestled with Ospreay, haven't you?
Right, you've got the good side.
I was like, I just saw that match. I've just watched that. And I was like, oh, that was truly an incredible match. And then I was like,
Fucking hell, man!
I was like losing my mind. And he was literally like, hey, I've just got to go to the toilet. I need to piss, and I'll be right back. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I nearly followed. I was like, I didn't know. I was like, my hand behind my back. I was like, okay, let me just wait. And then he proceeded to talk to me for so long. I hear people like kind of like other wrestlers kind of joke about how long he goes on tangents. And he's got his podcast now. So if you listen to
his
it,
podcast's great.
you
I
know
love
the
his
tangents
podcast.
he goes on. But he would talk to me for ages and just give me loads of advice and just the fact that he knew me. I was like, I'm
Crazy.
and then, yeah.
Make some noise for William Regal, man.
That's it. And that was like, I was like, that's it. And then I top it off by going. I said I bought tickets, went to night 1 of Mania. That's the only night I went. It's 2 nights.
Cody then.
Yes. So I saw the return of Cody. I saw Stone Cold wrestle live.
Yay.
All that happened in a day.
Undertaker.
Undertaker, yes. Yeah, have you heard of him? You heard Undertaker? You know Undertaker? Yeah, I saw all that happen in one day. I was like, this is the day then.
Yeah.
That day doesn't get better.
Bro,
than that.
I'm a
So,
big
so,
up, man.
so that was like, that's as high as it gets
Bro.
to me, man.
All that happened in the weekend as well.
That was one day.
That's what.
Whoa.
That Rich One defense meeting Flair.
Wait, you fought in 2 companies in one day?
Brother.
I wouldn't have. There was one I did, and one in I think 1 and 2 in one day. But the Rich One was one.
That was one day,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was like early
Then
in the morning.
Yeah, I remember it was one because I remember. Sorry, I don't want to expose why I watched it, but yeah. So then you had that.
Everyone knows who we watch at this point.
So you had that, and you had, bro. That's a roller coaster.
That was my last show. That was my last match of the while I was there. And I watched Mania. And I just like that one day. That's a Saturday.
And what time did you go back home?
I think I went on Monday.
Were you not jet lagged?
You must have been tired.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah.
And he said, "Most thing you spin my head."
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
now,
man.
right,
It was,
right.
yeah. So like again, so Mania weekend, man, was just a madness. So, and I was just like, I can't believe that I was again contacted to be able to do those things.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Chris Hero as well, like just
Because what was it about?
he was there like a lot, and then just again he was like talking a lot to me and about me, and again just so many wrestlers that I wrestled and went past me that they had heard about me. I was like, what's going on, man? So
You're famous, bro.
I'm not
You're famous.
And then there's still more to
that's
talk.
just mad. That's match.
There's still more
Now
to
that's
cover,
complete
fam.
match.
They whisper about you on street corners, bro. They know about you. Legends of street corners.
Who knew you'd get this far? God did.
God did. God did.
That's it.
And then fast forward, you recently were at Royal Quest, New Japan. Let's make some noise, man. Like you said earlier, the first Nigerian to debut for New Japan on Nigerian Independence Day. How's that feeling?
With a win. So I'm like, let's throw that in there. But that man,
With a win as well, yeah.
that was like,
I was gonna say, yeah. When I was watching, I was sitting next to Mex. Was I sitting next to Mex? I was sitting next to Mex, and I said, "Bro, I'm getting fucking goosebumps because that's like, bro, you got Okada, you got Mike Oku, you got Gable Kidd, you got Tanahashi. Bro, you man are just you man are too close. I'm like, fam, I was like, bro, this is mad.
Yeah.
that's it.
This is mad, bro. You man have come a long way, fam. It's crazy.
It's crazy how again, and this is them coming to us, you know.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
the other thing. It's them coming to London, where I grew up and everything, and then these wrestlers who I've either been wanting to be on shows with, or I have been just in some capacity, or just crude, just shaking their hand at the very least, and then I'm essentially like working with them, and just even just like I was thinking about like. If you were there for night 1, there was a 10 belt salute for Inoki, which was lovely.
That was it,
And then just walking out, and I just like thinking about like we're all just walking out together. We're all just equals and just
That's
obviously
what
we're
I'm
playing
saying.
tribute. But then again, we're just on the card, and there were so many Rev Pro wrestlers. I know there was like a lot of like from like proper like diehard New Japan fans. They were like being like, oh, a bit too many Rev Pro wrestlers. That's it. But then we heard the whispers of that, but that was enough for us to be like to take the challenge of like, well, we're just going to show you that we belong, that we just like mesh well with them, and I feel like that everybody that was there did that, and then again like to team up with Ricky. Again, we've got like so much history together, but like we just kind of always have belief in each other that we're gonna like get to that kind of stage. To doing that together with him was just like a real cool kind of thing, and then obviously Robbie X, who's just like crazy talent, just crazy talent, just ready to just show what he can do to the whole world. That's just a cool like moment, and just Royal Quest, man. Music playing, just like my entrance, my name is there. I can do Now We Play. There's the light and everything, man. Yeah.
That's amazing, bro.
But the question is it 2 or is it 3 years in the dojo?
3 years in the dojo.
3 years in the dojo.
dojo.
That's it. It's 3 years in the dojo. It's mad. That's the thing. It's too. That's just a crazy thing that like there you go. You just got your theme music. You just made some theme music. Just casually made some theme music for New Japan Pro Wrestler. It's gonna be on New Japan Worlds. All right. Yeah.
Something like, you know the vibes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know. It's even like I said, to you off the pod.
Big moment as well.
Yeah,
like,
a big thing.
You know what? Hey, we got a clap for a man like Del. You know, like because that's a fucking big move, mate. I don't know why you keep it humble, mate. That's a fucking big move.
No, it is. Like, you see, when it comes to this music stuff, innit? Like, I've obviously tried to keep it separate from the podcast, innit?
Don't.
But
You're
I mean,
talented, bro.
I know.
Don't let me, bro.
I'm one of the best in the country.
don't-
That's without
yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
But do you know what it is? It's just that, like I was saying to Michael off cat, was just like, I don't think I've processed it yet.
You haven't. And I know
Like,
you
I
haven't.
don't think I've processed it.
You haven't
And it's
cried
just
yet.
like-
Same.
You remember I told you that I'm thinking I'm gonna cry today, but then it was like I was so gassed by it, and then just seeing people's reaction and just seeing the Mandem's reaction, it was like, fuck, like my song is being played to like 2,000 plus people, and this is gonna be a thing that's gonna be happening for God knows how long. And
If it now plays at Wrestle Kingdom, what are you gonna do?
Brother,
I'll be in Japan.
what
performing
happens when they call you to come and perform it?
I'll be there.
Well, that's
I'll
it.
probably
That's
cry
the
there.
next
I can't lie.
That's
That's
the next
I'll
step.
cry in Japan.
That's the next
I
step.
can't lie. That has to be part of your. Do you know when we go shows and that now? Yeah.
Yeah.
And after you go to like this, like obviously you got Recipe, you got Metro. That has to be part of the lineup. You know, right?
To perform in front of
That
him.
song slaps.
I mean, it slaps, but it's
No.
It's
But
not for women.
No, forget
I mean,
women.
it's for women.
Forget women. Even if he came out, yeah, and you came,
already
and
know.
even if he came out, and that's your intro into like, you know what I mean? So he came
Okay, yeah,
out,
I
bro.
hear you.
Then you seep into the other songs, cause
Yeah.
bro, the song itself slaps. I don't think you understand. I tried to rip it off SoundCloud.
Okay.
It didn't allow
I'm
me to.
just-
It didn't allow me to.
I'm just waiting for laps in it, and then
Laps,
we're
I swear,
gonna
hurry up,
release
please.
it. innit?
Hurry up, please. What's up at your door? I know you live, bro.
Dude,
Don't play.
it's because I got that special exclusive edition.
Bro, I've ripped it. Don't worry.
Don't worry, War Ready will be
I
coming
don't
out
need
very, very soon.
Spotify for that, bro.
I'm just waiting for him to give me the artwork. Yeah, War Ready will be out very, very soon. Once Laps gives me the artwork, and it'll be ready for you guys to listen to. Yeah.
Pressure on you, kid.
But that's it. New Japan, right? Again, the canvas was right there. I think that's the thing that made it the realist. Like the canvas and seeing the lions, the logo.
Oh, the floor,
They're just wrestling on it. I was like, oh, okay, this is New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is it. That was kind of like, man. Yeah, again, this all in 1 year, and I just felt like it just added to. I feel like I got like a library of like New Japan wrestlers that I've wrestled. Again, well, there's another thing, like Suzuki earlier in the year. Like that was a whole nother thing, a whole nother crazy story of just like
How was it wrestling Suzuki?
just nerve-wracking as hell and everything. Because just again, that was all last minute, literally all last minute. Because obviously I was like the replacement for Will because he had like the kidney infection. So it was all knowing about like whether he could do the show or not. He just thought it would be like he didn't know it was a kidney infection until like last minute. He's like, just an illness that I can get through a match with Suzuki anyway. And it's like, oh no, this is bad. I could be dying here. Who knows? It was all like Andy calling me like in the early hours of technically the morning. Like I'm talking like 1 a.m. the day of your call, being like, I think this is what we have to do. And I was like, okay.
That's a very big responsibility.
I was really like, I don't want to do it. Like exactly, it's the first York call that was sold out since the pandemic. Right, I'm replacing who I am for my money's the best in the world. I'm like, me. I was like, okay. And then Andy's like, oh yeah, you're still gonna wrestle Mills though. So this will be your second match of the night. Yeah. So it's like you're still gonna have that match. And I need that match to be really good, as well. And I was like, okay, I'll wrestle Mills, and then I'll wrestle actual Minoru Suzuki, who like at this stage in his career is like indie wrestling Hogan in terms of like how he's respected, how he's revered.
Yeah, he's serious.
Yeah, it's like it just and he's no joke. Wrestling him is no joke. So like that was like such a cool thing, and then So the fact that there's all these New Japan wrestlers, and I hope they talk with each other, that they can leave saying they had good experience wrestling me, and then I am in New Japan, essentially soil wrestling for the promotion officially. On the Cage Match profile, it says I have done it twice. It's just, that's surreal. It's surreal. It's like you said, Delbo. It's like I was in my head. I'm like, this is something to cry about, and I've told myself this is a cryable offense. But it's just so I have not processed it. It's not even been fully 2 weeks yet since that's happened.
It hasn't.
And then this year is just like, again, you just add all these things that happened this year. Some things feel like it was last year because there's been so much.
Bro, when it comes to like my top matches of the year, I'll always forget the beginning, the January match, because I saw some bangers. Bro, one of them being yours. I think someone asked a question last week or weeks before. What's been the best match this year? I remember us saying, I said, wait, did Michael win? Who else we having this year? And I'm like, yeah, happened in January. I was like, you're lying.
Yeah, happened this year.
So like, a lot's happened this year. A lot. We've got 2 more months of this year. 2 more? 3 more?
3.
2 more.
Yeah, way 3 basically. Yeah.
Bro, there's still more to happen.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
And the other thing that's like Will is himself. Like again, it's just too surreal, mind blowing to me. The year he's had, bro.
Oh my god.
All the again, if you just on the ratings itself, all the 5-star plus matches he's had this year, and then my one was at the Stadium. I was like, okay, well, I had one of them. That's cool to be one of them, but like it might get lost in the shuffle, whatever.
It hasn't. I think yours is like in that top 2, top 3. It's in the top 3.
But he himself tweeted like a few weeks ago. He said, "Hey everybody, go watch my favorite match of the year against Michael Loco at High Stakes." After the match he's had with the Okadas and the Shingos and the
Night-Owls.
Bro, let me tell you,
that match had meaning. That's why, man.
Everything. There was emotion in it. There was blood. Me, I don't like blood. This man will tell you. I hate blood in wrestling.
Never do I.
But when you bled, when you bled and when Will bled, I said, yo, this is a next level match. Like it took the match to another level. Because on top of that, I looked to your family on the side, and your family were getting riled up. Then I looked to your missus, she was getting riled up. And after when we also pulled him, I said, no, I think we have to jump over the barriers, fam. Do you not see us? Bro, we're going to jump over the barriers, fam.
The way that clip has gone viral, it looks like a crime scene.
Bro, it looks mad.
The noise and the way it looks like a crime scene, especially on, what do you call it? On Mex's.
It looks bad.
It looks like there's this is a crime is happening.
Looks like Fez is gonna come in 5 minutes.
Yeah. That clip alone, I think it's gone viral on like TikTok and stuff like that. Just like because adding that and just there were so many elements of it that made it special. And I just again, I feel like I don't know how it was that me and Will Ospreay just gelled in the way that we did. Of course, again, he can wrestle a broomstick, but there was something about it that
I just think it was just like the emotion of it, like the story of the match, like you're selling, just like every component to the match. We watched the match, and I was watching the match, and I forgot. Like sometimes you watch wrestling, it's like, oh, that's a good move, but I was watching it like, wow, like this is surreal. Like this is sad to see because the point where he was giving you the hidden blade, I was like, oh, I'm actually upset. Like fuck this match, I'm upset. Like this is pissing me off.
I was watching England in the World Cup final, and they've got to the World Cup final, and it's got to penalties now, and England's got their penalty lineup, but your penalty against Brazil, and Brazil's lined up Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Kaká, Robinho. They're top. Do you know what I mean? The guys that are gonna score, and they've banged in all the goals, and England just left there. I'm like, fam. Because we got so far. Do you know what I mean? You got so far in the match. I thought, Michael's got this today.
Especially during your comeback spots. I was like,
yes, bro.
He's got it.
You know, how was your ears, bro? Because the sound of the crowd were...
Yeah, it must be surreal.
Just great, just loud. Sometimes it's like, it's deafening to the fact that it doesn't even feel that loud. There's so much that you just, you're in that moment, you don't even realize. Again, getting back after the match, I didn't realize that we went over 40 minutes.
Bro,
no clue.
Yeah.
No clue.
Have you had a chance to talk to your family about that? About the match? How do they feel about it now?
My mum was just like, she's just unhappy that I lost. She's like, I can't believe you win. So you didn't win?
So you didn't win. So go through all of that. You didn't win.
Everyone was like,
that's it.
Yeah, when I met up with them, I was just in a jovial mood. I was like, you know what?
so upset.
I don't know what's going on. I haven't been on Twitter, so I don't know what the results are. I've butt these man. I'm like, yo, man, so what are we saying? I saw everyone look depressed. I said, wow, what's going on? How was Rev Pro? Oku lost. I said, you know in R&B videos when you want to slide down the
And you know, I still got this image in my head, innit? Whilst we're sitting in the ring and he's putting the middle finger up at everyone, I said, "Oh," and he brings the title as well.
Yeah,
The
when I
title.
saw the belt reveal, I
that
said,
burns. That burns. That to that
Like,
day,
he was
burns
such
me,
a
fam.
he was such a bastard. That
He done
day.
it well. He done
Like,
it well.
it was like it's the first time I've ever like
Hated a wrestler.
You know, like
Hated
hated
the wrestler
Will specifically
properly.
because it's like obviously you watch Will, like you see supremely talented guy, but like just the way the story you guys told, it was like, well, I hate this guy. Like, yeah, this guy's a cold wrestler, but no, why did you do that to Michael for?
Yeah, bro.
Like, why? Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't
like-
necessary.
And I blame you.
felt
You know,
it.
I blame you. I blame you because when you came on the podcast, yeah, bro, I was like, yeah, Michael's got this. The storytelling was nice. It was perfect. When we got to the ring, bro, I think you took me away from because normally when I watch wrestling matches, I don't watch it as a fan sometimes. You actually made me a fan first. Do you get what I mean? So when I went in the match, I was like, yes, this is my football team.
I was watching it like a 5-year-old. Like, you know when
Yeah,
5-year-olds
bro.
think, like, they
just
don't know what
completely
kayfabe is. They don't know that wrestling's a work. Like, they just watch it because, this is my guy. I was watching it, Michael's my guy. Well, big up Will, but like, Michael's got. And I was watching the match, I was like, this match is incredible. But then after the match, like I calmed down, I was like, nah, the fact that you two made me feel that way,
It's crazy.
yeah. Like, it's different.
Hey, there was Mandem waiting outside to jump Will, you know. But
Yeah.
my man didn't show up. He went through one of the back doors.
Yeah.
Peak wrestling, man. Peak wrestling. Thank you.
So what's next, man? Obviously, you said you want to go to Japan soon.
Yeah, obviously that kind of seems like a natural, but like a hopeful kind of next step.
Natural.
We're just talking about how, like, again, British wrestling is like in a good place right now. There's so much things that are happening. And again, if you really step back and think about it, this is the first full calendar year of wrestling since the pandemic.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I think as we're ending it, we see that things have like fully stabilized. And the proof is not only the wrestlers that you're seeing like travel to different countries from here, but I'd say the wrestlers that are coming here to also wrestle, like, and the fact that the promotions that New Japan come to wrestle, the AEW wrestlers are coming here to wrestle. GCW obviously did that like week where they were doing TNT Liverpool, then went down the Progress in London. So again, yeah, exactly. WWE coming along. So I feel like we're in such a good place that like now things are properly they're essentially all open.
Yeah.
I want it to be a kind of thing where like, again, more wrestlers are coming here to be like, oh yeah, I know that I have to be here in the UK if I want to like make a name for myself or be respected as a wrestler. And then like I'd like to do more America because it's just a cool, it's just a different experience, kind of a new challenge of like trying to get over like there in a new place, and then obviously Japan, like just again wrestle so many people there, and it just seems like a cool place to be. Just like,
You got any names in mind?
for
Japan.
Japan.
I want to see you wrestle with Desperado.
Well, that's it. I did it in the tag. So let's do it.
Singles.
So let's do a singles.
Yeah.
Let's do a single. It's funny. There's like a Twitter fan who, but way before New Japan even got like announced, he said that like his dream match was me versus Doki. And I don't know if it was a joke. I was like, okay, whatever. So his dream, when that match got announced that we were going to be in the same match, he was like, I'm in tears, I'm crying that this is happening. But like getting a wrestle Doki, I was like, okay, let's do that. Let's do that singles. Obviously, Despy. Also, not like, man. Do you know? I think I said it here before, but like I want to go another time with Shingo, man.
Yeah.
Just like so much has changed since then. And I was so happy with that match, but like I just know myself as a wrestler way more now. And that happened at the Victoria Warehouse, which that's where I wrestled Luke Jacobs this year as well. But like,
That match was incredible.
I think that again, that's a match I'm super proud
That
of.
match was incredible.
Super proud of. Like just
Young
again,
Guns are hard, man.
that's what he said, man. The first time I think was that the first time the 229 show.
Yeah.
that's
Was that the first time you'd seen them?
So I'd seen like clips of them, but this is the first time seeing them like properly, like taking them in, and I was blown away. I felt like I was watching William Regal and Kyle O'Reilly tag team together.
And the fact that like when you say that, well, the fact that I feel like one of the coolest things for them. I don't know if it's my place to say, but whatever, I'll say it. Like they're so young that like FTR is what inspired them to be tag team wrestlers.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
That's crazy.
So imagine that full circle moment of
How old
like
are they?
they're like early 20s, man. Just
You're chatting.
early 20s, maybe I think one turned 20 like just this year.
Ethan looks young. Luke, he looks like a
Are they brothers?
looks like
No,
an
no,
uncle still.
Good friends, yeah.
Yeah. But like for that, I can imagine that it was kind of nearly emotional for me on behalf of them. That like the full circle of like Ethan's first match back after a knee injury is for New Japan Pro Wrestling on the same card as FTR, and I saw FTR watching them wrestle. It's just like that's just things again. Back to like how close everything is. It's just like how are we so close to all these things happening? All these big these big names happening. Where again, I can be on the same card or as Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and then again 2 weeks later they just pop up on Monday Night Raw. It's just like
when I woke up yesterday, I said, yo, what?
Mad. Man that I play on 2K have heard my theme song, bro. That's crazy.
There you go. There you
go.
go.
That's actually nuts.
It's real.
Nah, it's such a surreal time that door. It's not forbidden anymore. It's like it's beyond that.
It's allowed.
It's allowed.
The allowed door.
Or just
even makes a quick.
impossible can't. That kind of thing. That's it. So yeah, man. Just I'm positive for the future. Big time.
Good man. That's big.
I'm excited to see the direction of British wrestling, man. It's honestly like we've got some of the best talent in the world. Like,
100%.
It's absolutely crazy. So just to see like I said to you off cam, like we're gonna be in LA next year. So hopefully we do get some British representation.
Are you going? Confirmed?
Nothing confirmed, but like that's my aim is to go back again. Like I want it to be like a yearly thing, especially after that experience. Like I was like, this is a thing that should have been done a long time ago. So like hopefully we come back again. Rev Pro have done shows before at Mania Weekend. Maybe this year. I know Andy said to me, I was like, man, it's a lot of hassle. That's why I didn't do it this year. But now that it's happening, I kind of wish I did. So hopefully he's like brings like a bit of the cool roster down to Rev Pro, mix it up with whoever's in America.
If you do that, please give us the extra heads up because we want to come and do something.
Yes, of course. Of course, you'll see. Yeah, for sure. So that would be brilliant.
That'll be done, man. I want to see Jody Flash in America again.
Ooh, yeah,
I'd love to see him in America again, man.
Yeah, that's a guy. Jody. Such a guy. He's a guy that somehow just flies on. He's injured at the moment.
Oh, for
He's injured?
Yeah, he's been injured for a while. Yeah, like I forget. It's probably a knee thing, and the knee wipes people out, man. But like he's just such a talented guy. He's in the best shape of his career now. Just ridiculous. But he can do anything. So like, that's some guy that like needs more like roses, more flowers.
I think that's someone. If I meet, I'll cry. I'll be real. Like just watch him in the wrestling show. No, like I've seen him live, but I've never actually like spoken to him.
He doesn't say that much, innit? He keeps it
quiet. He's just a quiet guy, just a humble guy. Yeah, I remember hearing a story about like, so he's done like PWG. I think it was Bowler he actually did.
Yeah, he's been a CCW. Like, bro, this guy's done.
The story I heard about him is that like, so he's on the flight. He's already gone on the flight. He's just telling. They'll go on a taxi on the way to PWG Bowler with like some of the other wrestlers, and he just says, so what is this show? Just like a little small California show. And it's like he didn't even understand the gravity of like how big this is because he's just taking his bookings. He's just a dude taking his bookings and then just wrestling and doing wall flips and shooting stars and 720 DDTs. So that's how humble of a guy he is. That just like he's just going by. He's just living life, just nothing.
I'm excited to see more black wrestlers and like black British wrestlers in WrestleMania weekend next year.
100%.
Be dope, man.
100.
Did you manage to watch Extreme Rules this weekend? Bray Wyatt's date return?
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, let's go, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you, yeah. That has to. You watched it?
Well, I saw the debut, but I didn't.
Bro, watching that live was flipping. Because it was on the Discord, didn't it? And when the post credits came up, yeah, I was like, oh, do you know what, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow, innit? And I said, Dale, make sure you're up at this time, blah, blah, blah. I'll catch you,
And I was telling you, man, cool down, like, he's gonna come.
Just wait.
So when they went to credits, yeah, and after Riddle went back and it dimmed out, yeah, and they said, I said, yo, this is mad. I even had a nightmare. I told Dale, I had a nightmare after. Remember, I had a nightmare after. I was shook. Bro, it was... I was
thinking about wrestling on his wedding day, you know?
Nah, bro, I had a nightmare. That's the last thing I saw before I closed my eyes, innit? And when I woke up, WWE Network was still on, so I said, yo, what's going on?
Mad.
But yeah, that has to be one of the best returns I've seen in wrestling. Top 3, I'll say.
What's the other 2?
That and Cody.
Huh?
Which I saw live.
Cody,
like
yeah.
that,
And probably John Cena 2008. No, I was gonna say there's one more that I'll say, but that's childhood, isn't it?
Overhead.
Well, Undertaker.
No, it's not even a return, is it?
Mania 20.
Oh, Mania 20! Yes.
That's
Bro, the storytelling for that year was mad.
He's alive! Overhead.
Oh, yeah!
Edge was what, 2 years ago?
Yeah. Edge's return.
It was good, but it's not really...
Bro, are you not seeing what Undertaker did? Man was there, but he wasn't there.
Yeah, the amount of times it just
Oh,
kept
yeah,
the music playing.
The whole
Yo.
story.
Even what he done a Royal Rumble.
The
Remember done a Royal
Rumble,
Rumble?
the Rumble.
Oh, that was sick. They went boom, bro. Everyone stopped.
Oh wait, to be fair, I didn't even know who that was at the time.
Are
Still,
you what?
Remember, he grew up on he grew up on 2006 DX.
Booker T.
Booker T, that's it. That's it.
But what I loved about Royal Rumble, yeah, it was that everyone that got eliminated, most people that got eliminated by someone had another story. So when Shawn Michaels got eliminated by Kurt Angle, was it Kurt Angle?
2005. 2005.
Oh no, that was 05. That was a different thing. But I think Rock Lesnar and Goldberg had a thing. Yeah. That was number 5. That was
2004.
That was a great storyline, you know.
That's the one that Benoit won.
You feel much shit?
What, Goldberg and
Oh, no, about Angle, Shawn Michaels.
Let's say wrong.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite Mania matches.
It's controversial.
I got shocked, you know.
But that's not lie.
No. That match was amazing. To be fair.
I just want to say big up to the production of WWE, man. The way they caught, I said the crash zooms, yeah. I don't think I understand how hard it is to get in the dark. You don't even know where the person's standing. You're just zooming in, and they caught them every single time. And I can't lie. When I saw the rabbit, yeah, I was like, bro, this looks a bit. I don't think I'm feeling it. Then when it showed the other people, I was like, okay, cool. Maybe they're trying to show it just to like show that he's leaving it in the
The thing that got me was the Fiend.
Yeah.
The Fiend is one that got me. I
that's
thought, wait,
fun,
is that
man.
Bray?
Oh,
Then it went dark, and I was like, yeah, it's not Bray.
When I saw the rabbit bit at the beginning, like the very beginning bit of the show, like the very beginning bit. See, I don't think you got clocked.
What bit?
When the show was starting.
Yes, they did. They did
Before the brawling brutes.
Oh yeah. It went down the whole.
I knew straight away. I said he's coming.
Yeah, this is it.
I knew straight away. I said he's coming.
Like, this is the day.
I knew straight away he's coming. He's
This is
there.
the day.
He's there. You know.
That's that example of like as well, like with wrestling, not everything should be like 100% surprise. And then like we all knew it was Bray.
Yeah.
It wasn't like like oh no, it could be anyone. It was like we pretty much knew it made sense that it was gonna be Bray. But there was enough anticipation or enough doubt. They were like, we don't know for sure. But so what I did, it just builds your anticipation for it, just enough so that when it actually happens, it's just a louder thing. Same thing kind of with Cody. We're like somehow we just all knew that it has to be Cody, but it can't be Cody. But it is. And then it happens, and it just like it just takes it to another level when that happens. So like that was so sick. Just
Now, what a moment, man.
yeah. That's what you live for, moments like that, man.
I just want to see what happens with the White Six, if that's actually
I think they're gonna.
an actual thing.
I
People,
totally think.
wrestlers.
I totally think he's gonna. That was just him saying. That was the old me. This is a new me. Because obviously, if something dins on something, it's done, innit? So even when he opened the door, that's a new door opening. Do you know what I mean? Bam.
I don't know. I think it could be like a three faces of Foley thing though, because obviously you got the Fiend, you got Bray, and you got the Rabbit thing.
Why isn't like he's gonna? That's them people.
Like you can alternate between the three.
But how'd you wrestle in that?
I don't think he's gonna.
Same way Foley did when it called for it, he'll be Catcher's Jack.
No, you're correct, but I think that'd be too complex for White.
He's a complex guy.
100%.
I
don't feel
to a detriment.
I don't feel you have to complex the fans like that.
I think they'll be happy to see the Fiend back. They're happy to see him back anyway.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
That character, yeah. But
Well,
I think the feeling that will just be it'll be a bit annoying.
It looks like we got cult leader White back.
Yeah. And
I liked that one.
in my opinion, that was the best one.
That is the best one.
People have revisionist history, but I think that was the best one.
100%.
Especially the matches as well. He was banging out real good matches. Obviously, as with obviously Luke and Eric Warren as well. There was some 6-man tags that were just insane.
Amazing.
But then some singles with Brian, like the dude can move, man. The dude can move. He's like,
Why? He has.
So I'm excited for him to see him wrestle. And, like obviously his promo game is like wild, but like to see him wrestle in some good matches, that's what I'm excited for.
I'm looking forward to it, man. He's coming back on Friday and this SmackDown anyway, so I want to see who's coming after. What's next?
I think Bray shouldn't come after no one, you know. It sounds weird, but I think he should just be like, for now, keep scaring people, man.
Yeah,
Patience. Let it slow burn out. Because once he comes in ring and does that, and he starts putting them up, I don't want to see that. It needs to be a whole new Bray.
I feel.
Do you know what I mean?
The thing I like about it, what's going to happen on SmackDown, I don't know what Bray I'm seeing, man. I don't know what Bray's going to come up with. I actually don't know.
That's why it's exciting.
Obviously, we know it's not coming from the bloodline. That's not happening yet.
Not yet.
But maybe, you never know.
Next year.
But man, I don't know what he's up to.
I think
That's what makes it
I think
even
just torment the whole roster, man. Just keep acting scary, fam. Not that's the Loomis thing, but like on the thing where it's like, like for example, the QR codes are still running.
The Loomis thing I find a bit stupid, but anyway, that's just me.
I just just need the reason why he's doing it. It was funny at first,
Yeah,
but now it's like,
Yeah, past the.
yeah, it's just like, tell me why you're doing it.
I don't know how I feel about Bray, I'll be honest. Like, I'm excited to see him back, but at the same time, it's like,
Where do you fit him in?
where do we go next from here? Because it's like, cool, I enjoyed this cult leader run, but I wouldn't say that was an entirely amazing run.
You know what it is for me?
His Fiend run wasn't great at all, and I'm not to say that Bray
Started
failed, because
well.
Bray as a whole, Bray as a brand has done well, but in terms of like his legacy, looking back, like, I'm not gonna lie, he's not up there for me. Like, I love Bray, but I just look at him just like,
What, match wise or what?
just overall, like, what is next for him at this point? Because it's like the first run clearly didn't work, so that's why you've gone to do the whole Fiend thing stuff.
As well, so it's not even like I'll give him a
And
title.
his main
I think
title
it was
run
the-
wasn't great either.
But I think it's always to the
Yeah.
booking.
Well,
The way he was booked.
So-
If you go back to the Hell in a Cell match, that's what fucked him. from
Yeah,
the
that
jump.
completely fucked
And
him.
even
And then the Goldberg stuff as
yeah,
well.
but
fucked
even
him
going
as
all the
well.
way back when he was feuding with Dean Ambrose, the whole Dean Ambrose feud was awful. So he's been in weird.
I'm just a bit wary about. Okay, cool.
And yeah, stuff's fair.
I'm happy he's back.
Sure.
The presentation so far has been amazing, and that's one thing that's always been done well with Bray, the presentation. But it's then the booking that I'm kind of like, how are we gonna like? He has to be saved at this point. Otherwise, he's tricked us.
Vince versus Triple H.
Yeah, I think
Otherwise, he's tricked us because that means he's all promo and vignette and no substance.
I think what it is just don't make Bray weak. Keep him as this mystical, powerful, unstoppable force of nature.
But don't make him too strong either.
That was the problem.
Don't make him too
The
strong.
problem was too strong. You can't be getting, everyone's
not-
finished
not
and then
Fiend level
do
where
a
you hit them at-
burpee.
Kicking out at one.
Just immediately-
Kicking out at
And
one
then
after
get
how many
DQ'd
stomps?
And then get DQ'd in the Hell in a Cell match. How are you flogging someone and getting DQ'd
Man.
No, how you flogging
in a no
someone?
DQ match?
No, how you flogging someone in the Hell in a Cell when Mick Foley has literally been thrown off the top of the thing? What
Nearly
kind of
died
bullshit, bro?
twice.
No, wait, he's kicking out hammers and flipping stomps, but then he gets spared a couple of times by Goldberg and he loses.
And
It's not consistent.
It was already done before
already
that Goldberg
done.
match.
There's no consistency.
It was already done before
Here's
that
the thing
Goldberg
with-
But that's what I'm saying. It's not
But that's
consistent.
it. But yeah.
Here's the thing with Bray just tormenting people. It's got to go somewhere because at the end of the day, you got to you got to.
I'm annoyed right now, but carry on. Finish your point. So I am gonna have to go at people, but let's go.
You have to
Controversial.
contextualize. You have to contextualize things within wrestling, innit? Because like, cool, you're scaring, man. By the end of the day, this ain't Saw 6, fam. Like, at some point, you gotta have like some reason why you're doing shit, innit?
All right.
With the cult leadership, with the cult leader stuff, he had a motive. Like, cool, it made sense. Recruiting, like that's why the Daniel Bryan moment worked so well. That there was clear reasoning behind it. But then if he's just going around being that spooky oogie boogie, like what the fuck?
What? The thing is, if Wyatt wasn't in WWE, where would you like to see him go? He can only be in WWE.
That's what I'm saying.
So I know. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, let the man breathe now. Stop thinking of the worst.
but he's
Stop
been
thinking
breathing.
he's gonna be like this. Stop
He's
thinking
been
he's gonna be
breathing.
like that. Just
No.
let the thing run, fam.
Which is fair.
Bro.
But we've let it run twice.
No, but
Three
how
times.
No, but this was
No,
completely
can I-
this is completely
can I-
different.
No, the thing is, I want
This
to see him do well. We all want to see him do
We're not
well because
writing him off.
the character, it's like Bray himself is a fucking genius. Like this genius should be able to run wild and do well. But the first time it was Husky Harris, it didn't work. He went back to the drawing board. He came back as Bray Wyatt. It was working. Something went wrong to the point where he's had to come off TV and then come back and do the Fiend stuff. Something then again went wrong. This is now your third or fourth try.
They're not booking them.
Something has.
But
It's definitely booking. So I'm not blaming him.
So who's
I'm not blaming him. But
It's fucking the grandpa Vince. He's gone now. We've got Triple H. It's going to be coordinated in the right way.
Not everything's all rosy with Triple H though. Let's not.
No, it's not all rosy.
Damage Control are on TV, and what are they really doing?
No, it's getting somewhere.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Damage Control's gone
No,
blank.
I'm not having that.
Be honest. Let's be frank.
It's not.
Let's be frank and let's be
They're going
clear.
to the bottom. That's where they're going.
It's really and truly
To the bottom.
damage. Bro, help us out.
It's in the name. Damage control.
Damage Control has gone very, very
But the thing
slow.
is, it's like.
Of course, I want to let them cook. But bro, they've been on TV, so and so, and I'm not gonna lie, they don't gel together. Dakota and Io do
hear
not
that.
work well together
I hear
whatsoever.
that. I
I
hear
don't
that.
see it.
I hear that.
games and it's done.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Sorry, but make sure you.
mentality, though. We want things to be quick.
I hate you.
No, we don't think. We want things to be
no, no,
consistent.
We don't. It's
We
not
want
my-
things to be
the thing is-
consistent.
The thing is with Bray, there's precedent. We're not just saying this to be like, and the thing is, we're not saying that he's gonna be shit. We're all saying let's see where it goes. But the reason why we have a let's see where it goes because history has showed us.
It will start off well, and then time goes on.
But that's not down to. It's down to booking. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's
It's
the
down
Vince-
to.
that's the
It's
Vince-
down
It's
to.
fine that someone should
It's-
fail
it's-
3-4 times.
No, but I think, but what you lot
No,
understand, what you lot. Sorry, go on and off. You talk your shit before I
what
have
you're
to say
saying is
something
fine.
as well.
What you're saying, okay, cool. He's done this. He's failed. That's fine to bring up. But what I'm trying to say for now,
Sorry as
like
well.
you guys say to me in the past, Lloyd, let it cook.
No,
No,
we're
we are.
saying we're not saying that.
So
We're saying
we
we're
are.
going to let it cook. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't be wary how things go.
Of course,
what
no,
I'm
that's
saying.
you're fine to say
Yeah,
that. You're
that's
fine to say
what
that.
we're
That's what
saying.
I'm saying.
We're not
Bro,
saying-
just keep him away from fucking Randy
We're
Orton.
not saying
Randy was injured.
We're not
Just
saying
make
that
sure.
because he's
That feud
because
never
things have
works,
flopped
fam.
time and
That's
time
what pisses
before.
me off, fam. That feud has never worked. Don't do it.
We're not saying because things have flopped time and time before that it's gonna flop again. We're saying we're happy he's back and we're hopeful things are gonna get better. But history has shown us in the past that
We're cautiously optimistic.
we're just cautiously optimistic. Like,
We're cautiously
like,
optimistic.
like I said, like I said on Discord,
so let me
like I
tell
said
you
on
why.
Discord, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade. I'm happy he's back, and I'm happy that he's got the pop, and I'm happy the presentation has been so key. But that's one thing Bray will never fail at, presentation. It's as time goes on, the booking gets to a point where it's a detriment to him. Bray finally got the WWE title, and it lasted a month.
It meant nothing.
Because of Randy.
No, but
because of Randy.
but it's not because of
Not
Randy.
because of him.
It's because
No.
of
But they
V.
put cockroaches on the canvas.
There we go. It's-
With Randy.
I don't know why it's been Randy every time.
away.
But like I
I
said,
don't know why there was black goo on Alexa Bliss on the next Mania. I don't know.
Randy, WrestleMania,
And then they
Bray.
piped in
Never
holy
do
shit
it.
charts. They
Like,
piped
in-
in
never
holy
do
shit
it.
charts.
Like, in general,
bro.
you see Bray Wyatt's career. If you were to just make a vignette of his career, I promise you, Bray Wyatt's career looks like the greatest thing on earth.
It is.
It looks like the greatest.
not? Is that-
It looks like the
It
greatest.
looks, but it's
Bro,
not.
you can choose so many different moments of Bray Wyatt's
That look
career.
cool.
Bro, it
But
looks so
but
amazing.
not- no, but
but
not
with,
everything that
with
glitters is
context, bro, it's
With context, it's not. It's not. Because
that's not a bad thing. We're not saying that Bray's
He's
career
a-
has been
he's
shit.
bad.
All we're saying is that your career should not be a vignette career. Your career should be, you know what?
There should be
the
depth to
vignettes, but if I was to go in depth with your career,
and do a
I can
deeper
definitely
analysis.
say your career is amazing.
So okay, what question is this?
Outside of him being a merch seller and him being who he is, the brand he is.
So are you looking at what so now Bray's come back here? Because I'm trying to get. Are you looking to see him do work rate or what are you trying to
No,
do?
meaningful feuds.
I just want him to be
Meaning.
booked well. That's
You don't
literally it.
have a meaningful feud yet.
I'm just saying I want him to be booked well.
He's
That's
had-
what I'm
he's had-
saying.
he's
You know what it is?
Wait,
You know what it is?
As
You know what it is?
Oh no, but
As
no,
Finn.
but
I'm saying I'm talking me exclusively.
I agree.
I just want him to be booked well. I don't want it to be
Okay,
a
booked
thing.
well, that's fine.
I don't want him to be a
Booked well,
thing
that's
where
fine.
cool, the presentation
For me.
great. Everything else has been great. He's having decent matches, but as time goes on, nothing makes sense. And we're back at this rut where we're thinking Bray Wyatt tricked us. That's what it is. The Fiend, let's be honest, did the Fiend not trick us?
No, the Fiend was
never honest,
annoying.
so I can't
The
speak
Fiend
on
was
that.
annoying.
The Fiend tricked us. The Fiend tricked us.
I know he did. No, let's go back.
Let's be real, the Fiend tricked us.
The reason why the
Okay,
Fiend
let me-
was tricked
no,
was
no.
because it
He didn't
was
trick.
The
poorly-
Fiend tricked us. Let's be
it was
real.
No, we're not gonna do
They
religious
tricked us.
history. We're not gonna do religious
Because,
history.
bro, it's not unfair because as time went on, we started to realize this shit. This is shit.
No, you didn't. Wait. Let me say. Bray Wyatt's last match. What was it? John Cena.
No,
That wasn't his last match. His last match was against Randy Orton
Oh, wasn't it when...
at WrestleMania.
Cena match wasn't
And
even-
what happened?
Nah, his last match was when he got when he came back and it was burnt. Burnt Fiend.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. Because if we say because the Fiend.
No, his last match was Roman. Was it Roman?
No, his last match was Randy Orton WrestleMania last year.
It was the bun-up fiend, fam.
Roman.
No,
When he was bun up.
Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt
Last year.
last year when he came back and he came back
You know
burnt.
the juju foolishness, and then he got RKO'd and he's fucked off.
Because okay.
The Fiend tricked us. Let's be real.
He didn't trick me.
He did.
He didn't trick you. I can't.
He didn't trick me.
I
I was never on it.
No, listen.
I was never on
Forget
it.
the moments. Think about the matches and the payoff.
What
The
match?
Fiend's payoff was not good.
Okay.
Okay, iconic. Okay, can we name
No,
an
forget
iconic-
moments. Forget moments.
Iconic feud from the Fiend.
Okay.
The only one is Daniel Bryan.
The Fiend's best match was against Daniel Bryan. Thank you. And he was
Both times.
Both times as well.
Both exactly. And one of the best matches, he wasn't even a fucking Fiend. He was wearing a jumper and t-shirt as like a school teacher. The Fiend tricked us, man. Let's be honest. Let's call it off. I wanted to love the Fiend. Let's call it.
It was fine on like the Firefly Funhouse stuff when he was all happy when
was
it started.
fun.
I was like,
Amazing.
as well.
Yes.
The
Amazing.
thing,
Presentation,
he was doing the
though.
thing with Finn, right? Finn was like the first time like he introduced himself.
Yeah.
That was great. The SummerSlam match where the first one was indeed like, he just ran through him.
That was good.
And that was the
Fine.
first entrance. That was fine.
That was good.
I honestly think it ends there.
No.
Did he go
Daniel
to
Bryan.
Seth next? Did he go to Seth?
Seth,
next?
fuck all that shit. When it was against Bryan, the two matches, the one at the Rumble and the one when he came back at
So Seth was
Survivor
after.
Series.
So that was Seth was before though.
Yeah, but I'm saying forget the
Yeah,
Seth.
no, but
It's only
I'm saying
Finn
that, but I'm
Balor,
saying this
Daniel
is where-
Bryan.
this is where it's
Everything
over.
else is trash.
The mismatch wasn't bad.
No.
It was fun.
I'm telling
The
you,
mismatch was fun.
It was
the
fun.
moment where the shark got jumped or whatever it's called.
But the swamp foolishness with
With
Braun.
Not even the swamp.
go
Seth.
Seth, yeah.
Before Hell in a
What's
Cell.
up?
When the lights go out and then he's just in the ring, just going,
Oh,
and then
that was
Seth,
like a munch.
Seth, the world champion, champion,
was scared.
Stone Cold, The Rock. The world champion is in the corner screaming,
Screaming like a baby.
You
Dope,
finished
man.
him. You finished it. You finished Seth Rollins, who in that same year beat Brock
Lesnar.
Lesnar
V-Slayer,
Twice.
guys.
That's mad.
Twice.
That's mad.
At Mania and
let's
SummerSlam.
talk
he beat
about
him
it.
twice.
That
And
is
it's like
mad.
to the point where people are like, I think this is it. I think Seth Rollins is the biggest. He's the guy. He cries,
He was a munch.
and here we are.
I don't remember that.
In that food, he was a munch.
Well, whatever that is. What's?
Let me tell you something about the Fiend, yeah?
Fiend tricked her.
Let me tell you something.
I didn't want to be it.
Let me tell you something.
Babyface.
Let me say something, yeah? You see with the whole fucking Fiend shit, yeah? We know that was poo. But you see with this Bray Wyatt, for Bray Wyatt to work, yeah? In all honesty, he just has to be invincible. That's what I think.
What happened at Hell in a Cell? It happened at Hell in a Cell. And what happened?
Someone 90.
Before you why? No, I need to talk. Let me talk. Yeah, I'm a madman. I'm a fucking madman. No.
You're not
I'm a madman. I'm loud. I can't see you. I'm a madman. Listen, what I'm gonna say, yeah, at the end of the day, let me tell you something. The only way Brad's gonna work, White is gonna work, if he is weak and he is not powerful and he is not strong, there is no fucking point. There is no point.
Nobody said
So what's gonna happen?
Nobody said he should be Ali.
Okay, so what do you want him to be then? What do you actually? No, because everyone
I
thinks
just
they
want him
have
to be
these
12.
expectations for Bray Wyatt, but bro, what do you not actually want him to be? There can only be one thing. The man's got to be unstoppable. There's nothing else that he cannot be.
When it happened, we got Hell in a Cell.
Someone tell me.
When he was unstoppable, we got Hell in a Cell. And then what happened?
Let me tell you. Speaking of Undertaker.
When he was no. When he was unstoppable, we got Hell in a Cell. And what happened there?
No, not even that.
No, it is that. It is that. It is that though.
Everyone would say, yeah, in terms of the best one of Bray's career, right? It's probably cult leader, right? Everyone would say unanimously.
Let's not forget him.
He wasn't unstoppable then.
It was good.
The whole point of him having a cult was for him to be like
He
a
had
vulnerable
he had
heel.
bigger
And he had
But the man was
him.
almost. But the way. Oh wait, I don't mean.
And he lost bare spotlight.
The maddest thing is, it's not even just like unstoppable in the terms of like man's invincible to the point of you smack him in the face with a sledgehammer and he comes back up. I mean, like the whole mystique and the whole character makes him invincible to the point he is untouchable. You cannot touch this guy. He cannot be vulnerable. He cannot seem weak.
Because
No,
Because what I said though.
What made him
Just say that.
Wait, let me land. What made him weak is when you put bare fucking chairs, and he smashes him with a sledgehammer, and he still comes back up. Okay,
no, Bray was.
what are you doing?
Okay,
Do you see where I'm coming from?
I get what
You
Sam-
don't need to go to that extreme
in a
to make
sense,
him invincible. You don't have to go to that extreme.
When you say-
That's
when
what
you
I'm
put it
trying
like
to
that, I
say.
understand
You
what
don't
you
have to go to that extreme. It's very, very simple to make a man unstoppable, bro. It don't have to
Okay,
be
Sam.
you smash a man, you smash a man,
Sam.
you smash a man. No,
Sam,
no blood.
Sam, in essence, Sam, in essence.
Yeah, of course.
Sam, in essence.
That's it. But everyone, does he get me?
Sam, in essence.
That's gonna come.
Treat him like Undertaker.
No, that's not even true. That's not true.
No. Kill it.
Let me say.
Wait, do you remember Undertaker versus Bray? When Bray was doing the whole
I'm not talking about that. No,
Come on,
I'm not talking about that. No,
At WrestleMania.
No, I'm not talking about that. Come on, man.
No, man, I was there for that. It was a normal match. It was a normal match.
I'm not talking
Let's
about
not
that.
that's it.
I don't think they ever
match.
treated him like the Undertaker though.
No,
I'm just saying, I don't think they ever treated him like the
Never
Undertaker.
booked him like
They never booked him like
No, I said they should.
No, I'm hearing you. I don't think they. Yeah, I'm
say
booked him
they
like
should.
92 Undertaker, which was a problem.
They should. They should.
They did.
No, but they should. At least.
Booking like 92
At least
Undertaker.
for a year and a bit. And
No,
let him
what I'm saying
lose.
that
What do you mean let him lose?
Yeah, he'll lose eventually. Of course, everyone's gonna have
No,
to
but
lose.
Sam,
in this
I
fucking
thought you
industry.
meant lose because
Well, book him like 92 Undertaker.
No.
But that's how we got the sledgehammer and chair stuff. That's what Undertaker was on. You hit him and he sits right back up. That was a caricature. Like,
They went over the top. You're fucking putting bare chairs and hitting the man with a sledgehammer. I'll kill anyone. Think Undertaker's coming back from that? They wouldn't have done that in 92. They wouldn't have done that.
92 would have. They put him in the fucking coffin. He man did this.
We all know the coffin is more the Undertaker, that whole mystique, the whole.
I said rope hold.
Putting the rope hold and all that shit. Now, OJML, go on, roll through, bro. Roll through. Say your thing.
I guess it's part of my philosophy on wrestling as well, though. No matter how outlandish the gimmick is, right? No matter how far you go, supernatural, this, that, the natural, or whatever it is, if your gimmick is super flamboyant or whatever, you're still a wrestler in a wrestling ring, right? So you have to explain why you're having wrestling matches. When Cult Leader Bray first came on, it was like he's so good at like using his words that he's able to like trick people and into like joining his cult and this and he basically used them to like
advance his wrestling career.
To write, yeah, because he wants the biggest prize. So you're like, okay, that's fine. And then he was booked strong in the fact that like, yeah, he's not just losing to anyone. It happened early on though, but like all his matches where it was just began and ended with a normal finish were fine. But even early on with Cena, the Mania match was good. You could argue he shouldn't have won that match. You could argue that, of course, because it's so early. But that's fine. He wrestled Cena. Next month, Extreme Rules.
The kids.
He has been cursed with horrible finishes or horrible things.
Dean Ambrose with the fucking TV.
Remember that there was like a hologram in Dean Ambrose in the Hell in a Cell. Again, Hell in a Cell, but it was Seth versus Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
And then like, he's going to win. And then boom, boom.
At some point, they're going to make him be Sister Abigail. He was meant to dress up as Sister
It
Abigail.
was like the blow off between Dean Ambrose. It's like 2014. But they were all like if he just had match, you can find them, but they're scattered.
14.
Yeah, we're talking back in the day. So that would be
Hell in a Cell, 2014.
And
then they had a match at TLC.
Is it mad weird? Is it like weird?
No, it's just a shitty ending.
It's just
Every gimmick match he has is a shitty ending.
for some reason, and you have to just
A lot of times he loses as well.
You have to blame Vince, but like for some reason they would add
make it very simple.
They would add weird things, elements to his match, and weird finishes to his matches where that's what would take it away. And then like again, like that the kid, there was a child who was the choir thing. That's what allows it. It's like, what are you talking about?
No, it was. You know
what?
No. Watch that back. You will not say it's cool.
You know what it is?
I'm not allowing revisionist history, bro.
The thing is with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is a prisoner of.
It's over the top.
And he's a prisoner of, you know what, he doesn't have to win these matches because he's Bray Wyatt, he has this presence. So it's like, bro, it still affects you in the long run.
And then obviously, I remember the reason why I remember the Undertaker feud, the reason why I said the whole him versus Undertaker WrestleMania. Of course, that was to have Taker get his win back. But if you look at the build was stupid. It was like, who can out demon each other? Because I mean, if you go back and watch the promos, Bray was cornering in lightning.
Bro, it was just him talking in the ring every single week.
Bray was
Undertaker wasn't there for it.
Bray was summoning lightning into the ring. Like, it was I was like, what?
I won't lie.
I could understand it.
But that's their gimmicks, though.
That wasn't that bad.
That's their gimmicks.
In the fact that I was just like, okay.
Okay, you know that's their gimmicks, though. They're spooky done. No, you know that.
I accepted for the
you know that.
I was like, okay, I
You know that. You know that.
I expect it from Taker, but the thing is,
But you expect it from Bray as well.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Nah, come on.
If he's bringing holograms and lights turn off and children
you
come
know
in,
that's his
you should be
gimmick,
able
bro.
to.
Wait. What I'm saying from Bray was, for me, I saw Bray as more of a psychological person than full-blown supernatural. At that time, I've done full-blown supernatural.
Bro, from when you appeared spooky and in the cell, he's a... Come on now, man,
spooky
bro.
And being a cult leader.
But he's a spooky
I think
psychological guy.
I've always looked at him as both.
I looked at him as a cult leader because the stuff I like.
From when TV's exploding in other man's hands because of him. He's a spooky don, bro.
No, but I thought at that point in time,
He's got a fucking Firefly house, fam. He's a spooky don.
That's thing, though.
Regardless, it's still the same.
From time, yeah, I felt like, from what Michael was saying, Bray's character was starting to do weird things from then. So from the Bray that I really enjoyed was the Bray that, cool. Yes, there was spooky shit, but it was still more of, okay, coercion, I'm going to manipulate people. That's why to me, the Daniel Bryan thing is still the height of his thing, because Daniel Bryan...
And we agree with that.
Daniel Bryan is not... It wasn't anything mad. It was literally just a guy saying, I'm gonna coerce you. But when you're going from that character to doing TVs to then going to Takeoff, for me, you've lost me at that point.
But listen, going back to that point though, from by the time he got to Take in 2015, he was already integrated. Hold on, I'll let you land. No, but I said I lost
at
that point.
I'll let you land.
But what I'm saying is, obviously, I get what you're saying, but the whole point is that he started to incorporate it bit by bit by bit. So that's what I'm saying. He became a spooky Don by the time he feuded with Undertaker.
I remember his first feud on the main roster was Kane.
With the Ring of Fire.
Yeah, he was already bringing in the supernatural stuff. He was already bringing in the supernatural stuff.
That match was trash as well. So that
yeah, but regardless, he still had the spooky shit.
His debut as well.
He still had the spooky
But the spooky shit was coming in, yeah.
It's like, oh, how about we just honestly, if they just did how we do Bray versus Kane and Bray won,
done.
And that's my whole thing. I just like let the bell ring, have a wrestling match. And the reason why I think I was like okay with all that stuff, I think because again it was away from the actual match. They then just still had a match, and that's fine. I think Undertaker, for me, you may think differently, Sam. I think you may think differently, but like Undertaker, like he did all the crazy, you know, he had supernatural stuff,
Like,
and he always did. But like
It was a wrestling match.
when people were like take as the guy,
Yeah, he was wrestling.
he's just having wrestling matches.
Yeah.
With
And
his
that's-
MMA gloves and having sick matches.
Yeah, and punching the crap out of you
Yeah,
and
just-
slamming you on
and
the...
he bumping and he's selling.
Which is why I said he doesn't need to do too much to be invincible.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the theatric shit. We don't want to see
Yeah,
that.
now you're making sense.
Just have
Yeah.
a 1, 2, 3 match.
That's been said.
But I've been saying that
but
from
you
the
said that-
beginning.
but you said that to be
No,
like
but this is what
Undertaker,
I've said.
basically.
No,
Huh?
but I think...
No, but what
I
I'm
think
saying-
I'm
Mandem-
saying I'm agreeing
No,
with
but
that.
now I'm getting
No,
because
but
if you're saying stuff like you need to be more like the Undertaker,
Mandem
I'm obviously gonna
No, but
think
what I'm
the
saying now,
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm hearing now.
But
do you know what I mean?
that's what I was trying to say at the beginning.
So say it then. Use your words, man. If we're talking about fucking eating pussy, you'll be able to explain yourself.
How did we get there?
How do you land in pussy?
Wait, you're lying. Wait, stop. You're lying. There was a hologram in the ring like this.
Yes, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Fuckery.
Especially as well, like that Ambrose Rollins.
It was
was
fuckery.
great.
And he fucked it up.
Fans.
Do you know what is we? Let me land before you go, please.
I even finished.
I know because I knew. That's what I said. Let me. You know what it is, yeah? You know what it is, Mandem, yeah? I feel sometimes like I don't get my point across well enough, yeah? So the way I am, I have to explain it. But what I initially meant at the beginning, before everyone's started going, to be fair,
You was doing.
I don't like those noises.
I
I don't like using those noises for black
But-
people.
But I was basically initially just saying that why it has to be invincible in a point of like you dominate a wrestling match, bro. You don't have to do all the theatric shots. That's why I explained the whole Hell in a Cell stuff. It's not needed. You don't need to go that far.
And to be funny, the funny
be
thing is,
violent.
we was all agreeing with you. It's only because you said untouchable, and I was like, well, when you became untouchable, Hell in the Cell happened.
Yeah.
So if it's a thing where he's an Undertaker, where he's hard to beat, basically. We also agreed. We all agreed.
He's a ruffian, fam.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You make him, like I said, you involve the wrestling.
Yeah, a
in
force to be
with the
reckoned with.
action.
I love that move so much.
Bang! Not to the point where you touch man, he goes like that. No, you don't need to go that far. But he's difficult to beat. You do your finisher, he kicks out. He keeps on kicking out. You just get so frustrated and then he just beats you. You think, what the fuck's happened?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He comes out with his fucking lamp in it.
Also, beating Bray has to be an achievement as opposed to.
That exactly.
It has to be a
exactly.
mountain to climb. Like you've really done
It can't
it.
just be down to the gimmick
So
turning on him.
So can I say something? Someone put like a booking online, and I feel like this could possibly take Bray to the next level. I don't know how much you lot agree with this, but Mex put up. Let me try and find it. I want to read it word for word so like I don't get slaughtered. Before I go into the guys, you see the snacks on the table, man, bro. We're well endowed today. we got super malts. We got what plantain crisps. There's bare things here, guys. Donate to our coffee, man. Aqua. We're drinking the finest beverages. You see it, the finest beverages. So guys, donate to our coffee, man. Honestly, it's in our bio. Hit us up, man. So basically, in a nutshell, someone said, the best way to get this version of Bray over is by making him, guys, don't jump me. But when he said it, I was like, that makes sense. It's by Bray going over on Brock Lesnar.
Okay, I'm not letting you land. I'm sorry.
And it makes me
And you know what? It makes sense. And it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense.
I don't like the idea, but I would like to hear what you say.
Let me find the thing.
I get it.
Make some back to it.
You want to make someone?
Wait,
yeah.
but why Brock? Why Brock?
Because
No. To be fair, it makes me. It made Drew. Let's be honest. It made Drew. By Drew kicking him out of the Rumble. No, bro.
Who would he beat to get over?
Brock is the biggest and baddest right
Why
now.
not?
Bro,
Why not?
Drew kicked him out of the Rumble and he was a made man from then.
I'm a Bobby fan, but I can't lie. Bray beating Bobby means nothing.
Bro,
What made Brock even bigger than what he was when he came was winning the streak. That put you at a pedestal. Yeah. Now, if you beat Brock now, you are the guy. Anyone who has beaten Brock right now has pedestaled from Seth, to Drew. Who else is even Roman? They've gone onto another level, bro.
Let's be honest, Brock
and Brock is still relevant,
Brock is
bro.
Teflon. Let's be real.
And Brock is still relevant. Brock is still relevant. So now imagine Bray now imagine Bray coming into the fray and beating Brock.
No, the thing is,
laps, man. Don't do that.
Him beating Goldberg means nothing though.
He said GBG on Goldberg.
Him beating Goldberg means nothing though.
Don't do that.
He needs to still do that get back on Goldberg.
Bro,
Who cares about that?
Why you wanting to fight Brock?
Because you become a made man when you beat Brock.
He is a made man.
Bro, if Brock gets wrapped up by
Brock's already been
in terms of like the main event, like guys who
Ray is a made man, but he still needs to prove like he still needs that hurdle to jump over.
It's what I'm trying to say, to hit that level of immortality.
All right, so what happens next?
Beat Brock Lesnar.
What happens next?
Wait. Perfect. Hey, let me ask you that question.
What
Let me ask you
happens
that question. Let me ask you a question. The whole roster's on notice now.
They're already on notice.
They're not on notice. No, they're not.
They're not.
Everyone's running.
Everyone thinks he tricks them. Seth Rollins is going up in interviews saying that Bray's not that guy. Like, he's too chopped. Like he's all of this, all of that. He's tricked everyone.
Once he beats Brock, everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, this is a mad
Bray
thing."
needs to be.
Because anyone that can beat Brock at the moment is who? Thank you.
Which I'm
If
completely fine with.
Bray now beats Brock, yeah,
It's a dangerous situation.
bro, there's a new guy in town.
It's a dangerous situation.
We've been saying the new guys in town when Cody returned.
No.
Cody's injured and
No. Cody is made.
I'm
not having any Cody slander. I'm not having it.
But Mandem,
okay.
look at me. I'm a big Cody fan. I love Cody, but Cody and Brock, I'm sorry, no. I don't want to see that.
Cody's getting
Cody and Bray.
I want to see that.
Cody and Bray make sense.
What the fuck are you talking about? Cody's getting squashed. Cody's getting squashed.
Don't get me wrong,
Madam, you can't tell me nothing. I want to see it.
It'll be a fun 10 minutes. I don't want to see
Cody's
that.
getting squashed.
I don't want to see
Wallahi,
that.
I promise you.
We thought Brian was going to get squashed. We thought AJ was going to get squashed.
Cody's getting squashed. I promise you, Cody's getting squashed.
No, the thing is, they didn't get squashed.
It will be like AJ Styles.
They didn't get squashed, but they got flogged. They were beautiful floggings. They were beautiful floggings, and we knew they were not going to win.
As much as I
believe when there was a comeback, you believe it was like 2 minutes.
It's not a 2-minute squash. It's a 10-minute flogging. It's a 10-minute flogging.
You believe.
as much as I
Chop him.
as much as
Cody Rhodes will get a few punches. Cody Rhodes will get a few punches in. Cody Rhodes will get a few punches in. He'll go for the disaster kick. Everybody will get gassed. He'll now try and get Brock for a thing. Brock will turn him around, put him up, F5 1 2 3 done.
I would enjoy it.
And this is what it is. As much as I dislike Cody, there still needs to be more of a build-up before you start fighting Brock Lesnar.
Oh, of course.
Maybe at
100%.
least even become a champion.
But he will.
At least become a champion. And then build yourself up, and then you could come up to Brock Lesnar and say, I've done this, I've done that, and the match seems more credible. You see where I'm coming
Eat your
from?
own food. Let him cook. Huh? Like you said, eat the food that you've already made.
I know.
Let him cook.
I know. But I'm just saying, innit? I don't care about Cody Rhodes. I'm just trying to give you the dream, innit?
But like I said, guys, you guys agree that Brock Lesnar and Bray?
150
Brock beats
million%.
Bray.
I'm not mad at it.
Hey, but you're gonna say something. You're gonna say something with it.
Would you like to see Ali versus
What's the thing
Brock
about
Lesnar?
Mex? Have you got Mex's?
No, that's the thing that makes sense.
Well, you know what?
That was
actually?
it.
So
It'll be a good 3-minute flogging.
Mex
don't mind
tweeted
it.
and goes, yeah, this makes sense.
So I mean, to be the man in WWE, you just gotta beat Brock Lesnar.
Yes, you do.
There's no point in getting the WWE title.
Oh,
bro.
behave,
There's no
man.
point. Just
Lads
Brock
for
Lesnar,
lads.
you're good. You're up there.
Well, yeah.
Nah, I don't.
That's the idea.
Do you know who Brock Lesnar is?
I know who
You're
Brock
talking
Lesnar
like
is,
Brock
but I
Lesnar's
don't agree
flipping.
with that.
You're talking like he's Ali.
In the middle.
Like he's Ricochet.
Laps, I can't lie to you. Brock Lesnar.
You're wallowing still.
I'm not wallowing. I know what I'm saying.
You know what it is?
bro.
I get what you mean. Bray has to defeat other characters in the WWE. Maybe beat a Drew. That would be nice as well.
Yeah, I
that
like
would be
that.
nice
I
too.
like that.
Maybe even come to a Karrion Kross's world and slaughter him.
no,
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
you talking about
No,
I'm not doing it. I'm not waiting. Hear me out. Wait, madam, one room. I'm not. I love Karen Cross. I'm probably the only person that's defended him.
No, wait. You are not. Because I don't defend him.
I've defended him.
I don't care about him. I don't care about the guy.
I defend Karen. No, him out.
Time is up. Time is up.
One room.
White-haired woman.
Time is up.
One room.
TikTok.
Whatever. I'm indie-rific in it, so I defend him in it. Do you know what I mean? I am not against seeing Bray versus Karen Cross at some point. I know the program with the TikTok and the mask and the follow the buzzards and QR code. Jack, I know that will happen eventually, but at the same time, do I want to see that as Bray's first feud?
No, I'm not saying Bray's first feud.
I don't give a shit about that. Bray, like I've said, plenty of people believe this guy has tricked them. No, like people are fans of the return, but a lot of people are like me that are very conscious of like where does this go? What is happening now? Because bro, we've seen so many trailers of good movies. We see the red trailer. We see the extended IMAX Congo Championship wrestling trailer. We see the Wikipedia OnlyFans exclusive content trailer. We've seen different types of trailers where it's like, you know what? I'll fuck with this. I'm invested. But when you actually watch the film, the trailer was better than the film.
The man is a conniving bastard, and it's trash because he's a conniving bastard. This is the reason why he can go against Drew, maybe to start things.
Okay, do it is.
Why not?
Someone like
And then build on that.
If he's to go against any person, it will be Drew. It will be the Drews. Yeah. And it'll be the Brocks. It'll be the upper tier people.
Even maybe even go for Gunter or something like that.
You guys have offered Drew and Brock, and I agree. Not true. Okay, how realistic do you think that is?
My thing is when it comes to Bray Wyatt, I don't know, because like I said, we're being given a trailer and I don't know where this movie is going.
Drew's been losing. He can beat Drew.
No, but that's why he shouldn't.
He can only be in
that's why
scenario.
it will start to. It doesn't do that much for him. Drew,
Or go for Bobby Lashley. Go for someone of credible.
Bobby Lashley's not the one.
Bobby Lashley's not the one, and I love Bobby Lashley. He's not the one. He's not the one. Let's be real. Do you, bro? Bobby Lashley cannot speak. Nothing for me. Bobby Lashley. I look at Bobby Lashley like a prize fighter. That's what I want to see. I see
this week was horrible.
I see Bobby Lashley as one of them people where it's like, you know what? He's work rate. Like you get in the ring with Bobby Lashley, your program is you're gonna have a good match with Bobby Lashley. You might have a good maybe a decent back and forth with him, but for Bobby and Bray to work, Bray would have to carry that whole segment, and for me, I don't see where the two mesh.
Right, you're saying there's a package of the entire feud, not just the match.
Yeah. I don't see where them two mesh. Like, how did they come together? It doesn't make sense. Like, Bray is this guy from Florida. Bobby Lashley's this big black guy that dun and does this all the way to the ring and doesn't speak. I don't see how they work. I don't see.
I would say
Whereas with Bray and Brock, there is at least some sort of history there between them. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, way back.
There's way back history, and
2015.
Bro, Goldberg. That's a terrible choice.
Oh, please.
I'm so sorry.
No, I do agree. Beating Brock will put you on that upper echelon, but then it's also the question. But then I feel like.
But wait, sorry to cut you. But if he goes to Goldberg, Goldberg did beat him as the Fiend though.
Yeah, beat him as Bray Wyatt though.
Don't do that.
It's unfinished though.
I get it, bro.
No, there's an argument. No, there's an argument.
The thing is, I hear there's an argument. There's always an argument.
But there's an argument.
No, you are a madman. You are a madman. Because do you want to see that?
But don't do
I don't want to see it. I want to see it get close. I just want to see him beat him.
I'll be very honest. I do not want to see Bray versus Goldberg.
I hear you.
You're forgetting the reason, the whole thing is what is gonna help tell everyone, oh, this is serious. And this is a crazy example. But actually, I remember watching it as a kid, and it's about what it does for the fan being like, oh shit, this person's someone to mess with, let's deal with. But when the Great Khali debuted, right?
Crushing heads.
He came straight for Taker.
He came for Taker.
Yeah.
He beat him by putting one foot on his chest.
Yeah.
When that happened, I was
Your
like,
top guy should be able to lose.
I was scared.
I was like, oh, so this is.
And beating Brock will not take anything away from
But,
Brock.
and especially
Brock
during
Lesnar
that-
is Brock. Brock Lesnar is Brock.
Yeah, exactly. And
Brock
especially-
will lose and then come the next day with
And
his
then-
cowboy
and
hat dancing.
Especially during that time, there were so many giant guys, big guys coming around. Even like just don't talk about the Matt Morgans or Nathan Jones. And even again, I just kind of knew that they weren't there because they didn't have that win. But then when again a great Khali comes like foot on Undertaker said.
Yeah, the Undertaker food. Yeah,
was a
the
different-
Batista
it was a
food,
different
bro.
But I
yeah.
would say, yeah, using those examples, and you guys are right, but whenever like a guy's coming and like crush like a top guy, they usually go for the title shortly after.
Okay.
So would you want to see like, okay, let's say if Bray beats Brock, from there, where would you like to, or is that?
But it has to happen. He's gonna fight the Miz. He has to go up.
I'm sorry, for now,
Top
for
prize.
now,
He's gonna face Ali.
Obviously, just fight fucking Ricochet.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's still the Roman issue.
See, right now, with the title, I can't lie. The titles, yeah. Forget the titles for now. Just forget the titles. Let Roman do his thing. When Roman leaves, titles can go anywhere he wants to. But for now, there's very exciting people to wrestle in WWE right now, and there's more people
but if
coming.
he beat
There's
Brock, that's
more
the creme de la
Bro,
creme. There's only
and we
one
don't-
person
and
alive.
Another thing as well. One thing as well. We don't know. Like you said, with them 6, we don't know if he's gonna be a faction or Bray by himself. That's gonna run the whole thing. As you can see now, WWE are bringing in bare factions. Even this new faction that's come from Ring of Honor, Matt Taven.
Vincent and...
But they want Matt Taven.
They want Matt Taven.
No, fuck off.
Gang wars.
No, but apparently they want to bring in that.
mean
they wanna
Matt
bring in this
Taven?
man.
I mean, if it was to bring Matt Taven in maybe like 2013, I would have
Nah,
understood.
man, let him
whereas
stay on
now-
main event, man. Fuck's sake, bro.
Yeah, I like Matt Taven. He's kind
Yeah,
of food,
he's cool, but I mean, come on.
Do you get what I mean? We don't know. We don't know.
He's trying to be- he's not main
Let's-
I know they want. I think apparently that they had. They're interested in getting Vincent in as well.
from Ring of Honor.
Yeah, and
thing-
he's part of. He's
They were
part of a
backstage. They were
code.
backstage yesterday.
My thing with Bray is just
I
like,
don't know, man.
just direction, innit? Just give him just
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Thank you.
It's
That's
just,
literally
it's
it.
just direction. It's just like, I don't want to see you, like, the novelty will be there, right? The novelty will be there of him returning, but I just don't want to see him doing aimless things just for the sake of, oh my God, look at the way the camera spun 360 and look at the scenery, like what's this got to do with wrestling, bro? Like, at the end of the day, and obviously we'll see, like, he's a talented man. He's definitely got, he's definitely got the creativity to pull something good off. But it's just like marrying the two worlds.
Is it gonna pay off?
Yeah, marrying like, okay, like this is like, high level creative shit versus okay, this is riveting wrestling. And I don't mean him doing a shooting star. No, I mean like builds to matches, entertaining feuds, stuff that can be like, do you know what? That's a pivotal moment for Bray Wyatt.
I think, bro, you just keep on doing what you're doing and don't make the match so complex. Just do what
my
you're
thing-
known for, man. Go for that little splash you do.
Yeah.
When you catch someone on the
Bray's
ropes.
a good wrestler.
I like Bray as a wrestler.
I like Bray as well.
Very
Bray's very
much so.
snappy. He knows what he's doing. Explosive. Bang, 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 bang. He knows what he's doing.
From when, as a wrestler and a character, the biggest part of your story and your lore is that once you've defeated someone, that person has their own type of story of them going heel. For me, you failed as a wrestler.
And not like going
Nobody
good
could-
way, as in they're just hurt as a face that there's no option but to turn.
They have to turn heel. Nobody outside of all of Bray's, the Fiend, the most people really speak about is the Hell in a Cell and everybody that got beaten by the Fiend that disappeared. They came back and they were heel, and then they ended up having a bustling career. Like, bro, that's not good for you, man. Because then all you're gonna be is a wrestling bios wrestler. That's it. That's how I see you. They're gonna be like, here's my theory on all the people that Bray Wyatt beat and how they turned heel. That's long, man. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be a vignette wrestler. You don't want to be an MV wrestler where all you have is they cut your best bits and all you can be known for is your best bits. You want to be able to go through someone's career and be like, you know what? This bang. It was a bit shaky, but for the most part, it banged. And
Deep down.
I think I know what HA's gonna do. He's gonna make the man unstoppable.
I'm hopeful.
He will make the man powerful. He will make the man a force to be reckoned
He
with.
has to be.
And he will be main event.
no
A big
With
part
the
of that
budget
is, yeah, because
that they
again-
use for QR codes. QR codes are not cheap, you know.
Again, like a big part of that is that like there is no more Undertaker.
Yeah.
So I feel like a Triple H
Yeah,
is like
important.
thinking
Yeah,
like
the last chance.
Triple H knows how important the Undertaker was. It's like this is my closest thing to it.
Yeah.
Who was like one of his projects from all the way back in when it was called FCW.
FCW,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? So it's like,
Beeline Cop.
why am I gonna just leave this hanging? Let me give it a shot. And then again, Bray's way you talk about how creative he is. You're gonna assume that he's gonna have way more creativity. He's not gonna be. He was obviously butting heads with Vince and whatever. And if there was some kind of big you shoot RF video podcast interview,
That would have been.
there would have been the most riveting thing of what he was saying. Well, I want to do this and this, having it like for sure. So I'm excited to see how he does, and I want to see him wrestle. I want to see him wrestle.
Listen, Bray's cold. Don't get to. I really like Bray, especially like cult leader Bray. I really fuck with him.
Bray's, I told you.
That's my favorite theme.
I think I like Cody
wrestlers,
Bray.
man, of
The
this
origin of
generation,
it
man.
is mad. The
Bro,
whole,
but the thing is,
Wheel of Mercy in that.
I just love the the psychological aspect of like Bray getting into people's head, and even though like I have mixed opinions on the match now. The match with Cena at WrestleMania, what's it called?
No, I loved it.
Funhouse.
I loved it, bro.
Yeah, I loved it at the time, but it's not something I revisit too.
Nah,
bro, revisit.
I still
I revisit, bro.
It's
I'll
great.
try to revisit
It's
at
great.
least every 2 months. Yeah, it's
You know-
it's great storytelling, bro.
It is, but
It's
I
great
don't know.
drama.
Like it was just one of those things. Like it's one of those films that I see it in the cinema and I'm satisfied. I don't want to watch it again.
Fair enough.
But you know, it's
I
good.
hear it. I've only probably watched it maybe once or twice.
I watched it.
Nah,
I've watched it
it's
about
like,
like
do you know
5
what?
times.
It's an experience. It's like Avatar. It's an experience, but
You watch Avatar? Oh, bro, I watched the opening credits. I turned it off.
no, Avatar's an
I
experience.
don't like that film.
It's what did you watch it? Did you watch it in cinema?
You scared of blue niggas?
No.
Nigga racist.
I just never ever gravitate to that film because I don't know.
No, because that film is heavy. Is context heavy in terms of like how it felt to watch that in cinema, like the way the
Okay,
visuals
I didn't watch
were.
it cinema. I watched it midway. I watched it at the beginning. I was like,
No,
I'm
the
against it.
thing is,
I ain't watched it.
Avatar's not a film where the story's mad. It's just like the visuals for the time were just like.
But wasn't the main draw was all the graphics are sick?
Yeah, that was the main draw.
I will, yeah,
I was
man.
young, man.
The graphics changed,
Did
bro.
Did you watch Matrix when it first came out?
2009.
No, I was too young for that.
You like
Graphics
Matrix?
changed, but was the story
Matrix
good?
was
Was
I
I
watched
don't
Matrix
care.
one of the best films. So I watched Matrix when it first came out, innit? On pirate copy.
What,
And
Matrix?
to this, I think it's one of the best films I've seen in my
So you
life.
watched it illegally?
Matrix.
Yeah, I did. And so
You wouldn't steal a
So
car.
why won't you
would
say the
you?
wrestling that you watch wrestling on?
You wouldn't steal a TV.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but
I'm an innocent man. I'm an innocent man.
I say Avatar to say just compared to the experience of like watching that Funhouse match. It's like it's one of those things that I'd never seen that in wrestling, but like it's not something that like oh my god I'm gonna think if I think of like my favorite wrestling moments or just moments that impacted me. I'm not gonna think I'm just gonna be like, that was cool and I understand people like it, but I'll keep it moving.
What about Tyson Fury versus Braun Strowman?
Oh,
Fuck off, man.
shit,
You just
Fuck
want
that
fuckery.
shit. Fuck.
Man, fuckery, man.
This guy's a
Hey,
dickhead.
ask wrestlers.
I can't.
Oh god, Ask Wrestlers, we get you the people to ask Ask Wrestling some questions.
Out of all people,
I'll play.
Are you an idiot, bro?
I'll play with you guys. You guys.
What's his favourite match? Yeah.
Well, come on, I'm married, but come on, respect me, man.
Alright, cool, well done, you pussy.
Yeah, we'll allow you.
First question from my guy Gabe the Kid, big you up every single time, bro. 3 more returns debuts for WWE that are likely by Mania.
returns.
I'm
I
tired,
don't know,
man. Let him marinate now. I'm fed up.
No,
with
you're gonna
this.
get a lot
The
more.
Rock.
Andrade.
Does
And
Cody
Jordan,
count?
yeah,
Because you'll be
yeah.
coming back.
Huh? Yeah.
guess so.
Come back.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not a
yeah.
That is a return.
Yeah, Cody.
Cody's.
He's on his way
Cody.
back.
That is a return, he's injured.
Cody's never. That's definitely.
He's coming back.
Yeah,
It's
but
gonna be
it's
enjoyment.
not-
It's gonna be
it's not- it's not
enjoyment.
a
It's gonna be
Why are you so angry, man?
It's gonna be fun.
Just came back from holiday, alert, man. Just be chill. Be cool, man. Hey, doctor, man, ease yourself, bro. Alert, man.
Take your meds. Take your meds.
Hey, doctor, cool off.
You know what? It's not like it's not a return in the sense of it's
Doctor,
a
it's
return.
okay.
innit?
Doctor, it's
Man-
okay.
Man's just injured, bro.
Doctor,
Man, it's a return.
So if
So
he's
it's a lighter
injured
return.
and he comes back, what's that? Huh? If he's injured and he comes back, what's that?
It's a comeback.
Returning.
It's different. It's different.
doctor.
So when you off
It's
sick
okay,
from work
it's
and you go
okay.
back in, you say, "Oh, I'm doing a comeback," or do you say,
So I'm doing a return to work.
I've come back to work.
This guy's a politician.
Okay, Sam.
This guy's Tinubu. This guy's a politician, fam.
It makes sense. That makes sense.
No.
Don't do it. Don't
No,
do it.
no one goes to the work and says, hey, boss, I've returned.
Yeah.
No, but even
Look at the full.
But if you're doing the full shit,
Return to
if you're doing
it's return to work for. Oh, relax, man.
you're not doing the comeback for, you're doing the return to work
What's the
for.
return to work for?
Yeah.
I was on lying.
Today, bro, I put on B-roll today. I was doing the return to work.
I've just come back to work.
It's a return to work. bro.
Okay. In essence, both of you guys are right. It depends where you are in the country. Because if in America, I'm sure they say
We're in
come back.
UK. We're here.
It's a
Return
come
to
back.
work.
It's a return to work. In America's return to work.
Sam, you're right in 2 different time zones. Don't worry about that.
Only one time zone matters, though.
But what? Maybe
No, do this.
Australia, I don't know.
I'll allow you because you're the CEO of your company, innit? So
Yeah.
you come back to work, innit?
Yeah,
No one forces you to do a return to work.
No, just come back.
Come back.
But it's still a return, though. It's still a come back. Next question from my guy Darren. Big you up, bro. With Edge retiring next year in Canada, who should be his opponent?
Is he retiring tomorrow?
Is that just a confirmed thing? Is that
That was not confirmed.
Darren.
Darren, the man
Check
must
your
say that you're moving
sources.
like Sean Rossap.
Where's the facts and energy, bro?
I don't know.
I think he did a promo or something saying he's
it's
retiring.
hard, yeah, because
Kevin
obviously
Owens.
he's part-time, but like, just do.
He's not part time.
No, I'm saying the person I'm saying.
Oh.
Just see that retirement match. As you know.
Yeah, but that's the easy option.
It's the easy option, but it's like it's a.
Why was the matches against him and Edge and AJ so shit?
AJ.
They were shit,
I
bro.
can't lie.
And
Where
AJ's
was
my guy, but those matches
where
were
was the
shit.
card? Yeah.
No, the match was just shit.
The match that came before that was, bro. They couldn't.
Their matches
The best card was a bit.
Their matches were
match
dead.
bangs it bangs.
The match bangs it bangs it.
Yeah.
Bags, fam.
But no, but
It's Edge and AJ. You
No,
expect
but-
better.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah,
enough.
We gotta be honest, man. And I'm being honest. AJ's my guy. The
You
matches
expect
were
better.
dead.
It's AJ and Edge. What the hell?
But I feel like they're
Fuckery,
both
bro.
past their primes now, innit? So it's what you get.
But you know what?
Let's not
I
do-
know,
let's
I know
not
there
do
was like
this.
bells and whistles, but I enjoyed that Edge Finn Balor that I quit match.
I love
That
that.
was good.
See?
That was good. That was good.
So it made me think, oh man, Edge is doing something. So and then I hear that and I'm
And
like,
last year
if
the
he-
bangers
if
with
he-
Seth as well.
If he does decide like next year, this is my run, I just got to just have a few more times. Then it's like, okay, that's cool. And then if you do Cena, yeah, fine.
I think him and Beth need.
It doesn't have to be like
run right a bit,
destroy.
Yeah, I just feel like just
That's
the quintessential Edge food.
He always talks about that. Yeah.
Just let him face Ricochet, man.
No, look, Edge and Kevin Owens.
It'll bang though. It'll bang though. It'll go bang.
Have they fought yet?
I don't think they've fought.
Canada boys.
I think that'd be sick, man.
That'd be a good match. Kevin Owens.
Edge and Sami Zayn. I can't lie. See Sami Zayn in about 2 years' time.
Over.
I think he might be champion.
No, he will. Yeah, he will.
I hope so.
He will.
I was thinking, I was even going as far as like the guy to beat Roman.
Wait,
Yeah. Remove the handshake.
No.
Remove the handshake.
He's over. He's over.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll say this. I'll say this. I'll say this. I'll say this.
I said remove the handshake.
No, I'll say this, yeah. I'll say this, yeah.
He's over.
All this connection.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
He's over.
I'll say this.
He's over. He's over.
I'll say this.
Right now,
I'll say this. I'll say this.
He's too over.
If this was a different company, if this was AEW, Sami Zayn would have been the one to beat Roman Reigns.
150 million%.
No. Okay.
But
Sami Zayn would have. If this was happening in AEW, Sami would be the one to beat.
But
Roman
no,
Reigns.
if it was Vince, he would definitely not be the one to beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I hear. This is why I hear people say.
The likelihood of it.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
I
Yeah.
agree.
Can I say something? Do you know what's gonna happen? Do you know what's gonna happen? We're slowly seeing a shift in the bloodline. Yeah. Roman Reigns. I don't know what Roman Reigns is, but he's putting his faith more in Sammy.
Yeah.
So Jay's telling all these man, be careful this guy. You know. Have we said something since last week?
I said
Yeah,
it was
there's
me.
no-
You said
there's
last
no
week.
to do with Jay and Sammy.
It's happening now. Have you watched SmackDown?
No, I watched highlights.
You watched Raw? Bro,
Yeah, I
they
watched
literally
Raw.
told Jay that you're not even important no more.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn speaking up for him.
Listen,
You can see it building, man.
From the
You
inside.
can see it building,
So
man.
Jay's gonna eventually, when it happens, like you said, Jay's gonna come out. Jay's gonna be like, "Yo,
I told you.
listen, we told you guys."
They were in New York, weren't they? Like this last Raw.
Yeah.
That sometimes that's the litmus, man. But the way they were reacting for Sammy,
Sammy's so over.
the way they were reacting for Sammy, when the
Sammy's
music,
so
when
over.
the 3-minute Roman Reigns entrance video ended, that New York reaction,
I can't lie, I want-
that's
the
like
realest.
I'm deep in
Yeah,
it.
that's something special. It doesn't
If
just
they
happen.
take it somewhere, I don't know.
So,
let's see
they
what it
have
goes before I
something.
say something.
They have something. They have something.
Say. I hope.
No, relax.
I hope you are. Say,
Man, think.
I hope you are.
Just think before we speak.
I don't know if I don't know what story would be better, that or Cody's. I think.
What do you mean? What would be better?
Sami Zayn.
Oh,
Sami Zayn was better.
Sami Zayn.
That's what I'm saying. If this was AEW, Sami Zayn. No, AEW. No, but Cody couldn't be champion. Remember?
Sami Zayn would be better.
What was he
Right
gonna
now,
say?
for sure.
If Sami Zayn, this is an AEW story. This is literally, we're seeing it from the get-go that this is the story they have to go.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, I can't like, I don't want to see.
You're getting the
Sami-
mic. No.
Versus
I wanna
Joe.
see Cody.
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say from a storyline perspective.
Right now,
No, from a storyline perspective.
Cody's time will come. But for now, this story is hot.
No, of course. But at the same time, Cody doesn't have to be involved in the story right now for him to win the title.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not against Cody. If Cody wins, like, I'm not against it, but I'm still like,
I don't want Cody at WrestleMania either.
Huh?
I don't want Cody at WrestleMania.
I don't care for Cody right now.
I'm going to WrestleMania.
Why the Mandem so fickle?
We're not. We're going to WrestleMania. Why the fuck do I want to watch Roman versus Cody?
I don't care about Cody right now.
I want to see Roman versus The Rock. I'm going to WrestleMania. No, but I'm saying Cody. No, bro. Bless you. You didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. I said Cody does not have to be implanted this story right now. This has nothing to do with him. Let the Sammy stuff cook for now.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I'm sure when they decide to do Roman versus Rock, that'll be at WrestleMania.
Maybe.
Then WrestleMania Backlash or SummerSlam. Let Cody fuck this guy out. Day one is next. It will be a year after.
Maybe.
Yeah, because by this point,
My point
I'm going Mania for Rock. I can't lie. I'm not going Mania for Cody.
I love Cody.
I love Cody. I'm sitting down for Rock.
At WrestleMania, I want to see Cody versus Matt Riddle. I'll be satisfied with that. Give me that. Give me that.
My point isn't that.
We need the wrestling. It's gonna bang though. Bang up bandits.
You gotta say it, it's gonna bang.
I'm going for The Rock.
Yeah. I have to.
If
you smell millions and millions.
The only reason why I say this, just right, obviously the story's going on right now with Sammy. It just feel like narratively, as a story, it's like.
No, it's a great story.
It's that's why I said, it's interesting because obviously Cody, we're just fantasy booking right now. So obviously, just tangibly, I'm thinking, all right, cool. But yeah, as overall long term, Cody's probably the more realistic and more the best pick. But if WWE to go left, and
I don't even know if that's fully true as well, man.
No, I don't think so.
Because then everybody's then forgotten when Sami Zayn was NXT, the build up to Sami Zayn as NXT champion.
Great babyface.
That is an all-timer. That is a blueprint for me personally as well. As a babyface as a wrestler. That is
the
something.
chase though.
So we've forgotten it obviously because he's been such a good comedic heel and just been so entertaining. But if they tap back into that, all it takes is just for this whole thing for Roman to be his spine and being like, I really do like you. Just turn on him.
Just one.
Okay.
If the turn happens, it has to be War Games.
We're off to the races.
Sami Zayn has to fuck it up.
Do you know what?
And
I don't know if this
beaten
would work. What about, let's say, when is Money in the Bank? Next year? Is it post or pre?
That's like spring.
That's after Mania.
Yeah, it's after Mania.
What if Sammy's Mr. Money in the Bank and it's he's in Bloodline?
What, next year?
See, that's cool.
But
That's
stretching it out.
he's
Stretching
That's stretching the story out too long. Yeah.
Okay, that's long time.
No, but you're saying, if Rock is at Mania, then maybe it is
because it's not like you start the Sammy's gonna be on Bloodline for a while.
If they do a thing where they all gang up on Austin Theory, and yo, give me that. And after what's his name, Soda Sikoa somehow gets the Money in the Bank, gives it to Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn uses it as, do you know what I mean?
I don't even think it's
I don't think it needs to happen anytime soon. I'm just saying because do you see? Forget about even Sammy and Roman. Do you see Sammy being in the Bloodline for
No, it's honorary.
I personally see Sammy linking up with KO to beat the Usos for the tag titles.
It's gonna end at War Games. It's gonna end at War Games.
I'm thinking
WrestleMania, they get the titles.
That seems like it'll happen, of course. But
I mean, realistically, I would love to see like you man are saying where this story is leading. In a perfect world, it would make sense for Sammy to be the one to dethrone Roman. Yeah, but I don't even feel like WWE see it as that. I feel like the Sami Zayn stuff has just gotten so hot they've had to run with it. Similar to how
Sandown, all them man.
Daniel Bryan. I'm thinking Daniel Bryan.
We're just fantasy booking at the moment. I just saw. I just saw a story opportunity. I was like, that would be interesting if they go down that road. But realistically,
I think it would be interesting. And to be fair, it would be sick to have a story like that where someone we didn't expect to at least win the title gets that moment to win the title.
I would have never when this Bloodline thing started, and even when Sammy joined, I would never even thought that. Even when Sammy joined the Bloodline, I would have never even thought, because I've been obviously as a fan, you think, who is it gonna be? It's gonna beat Roman Reigns. And then
just organic.
This happening, it's just like man, the way they adore him and if someone's entertaining, they love it. It's serious.
And he's got the minerals to play that baby face.
He's unbelievable.
He's got the dog in him. He just hasn't shown it in a year.
He's just forgotten, but he's
got the minerals. But
so I think he needs to get beat down or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be a violent beat down.
He's gonna get beaten down.
That's it.
War Games. He's gonna get fucked up. Remember I said this.
Good God.
Drag him across the arena.
Let's go to the next question.
yes,
Next
ask
question from.
questions.
Trust me, started doing raw. We haven't even spoken about AEW as well.
The whole 2 years.
Next question from my guy, Groovy Jimmy. Which return was executed better, Bray Wyatt or Cody Rhodes?
Oh, that's not fair,
I
man.
won't even compare them.
fair.
I'll be real. They're two
Wait,
different.
so execute better.
Yeah.
There was a whole QR sitcom on. There was a whole QR promo.
I think in terms of execution,
Come on now.
I think let's be honest here.
I think the execution are
Blacks,
too
no.
different for me to even
They
compare.
they mean totally different things.
Now you have to remember, you felt two different ways when both of them came back. You know what I mean?
Cody's one was more hit.
You know Jimmy anyway.
Bray's one was like, we can't compare that.
I wouldn't compare them.
Why can't you not compare?
You compare them. Go on, master of ceremony, Mr. Thesaurus. You tell us.
Why
Go
can
on.
you not compare it?
Go on, tell us.
The whole return with Cody was obviously in a situation. Obviously, it's WrestleMania. It's the big lights and everything like that. We obviously, for me, I just kind of knew he was coming back.
attacks?
No one.
Are you trying to say WrestleMania?
Okay, but did you not kind of know that Bray was coming in?
WrestleMania attacks. It is WrestleMania attacks. It is WrestleMania attacks.
Anyways, next question. Let's move on, man. Let's move on.
Jimmy, anyway, you know,
Let's move on.
Bray Wyatt thing, innit? You get me?
You know the ones where your doctor. You know the ones where you go to your doctor and he's just chatting shit.
I don't know them ones, you know.
You know your doctor's just chatting
I
shit,
thought that
fam.
was even silent during the WrestleMania review. I had to look at you funny for that one.
Doctor.
Take
your meds.
Take your meds, doctor.
That one was.
Next question from our guy Ash Bash Sneakers. Big you up every single time, bro. He asked, "Who is the best worker in the WWE?" I asked because I don't enjoy any matches. So maybe it's
Seth
an
Rollins.
NXT guy.
Seth Rollins.
There's an argument.
Seth Rollins.
There's an argument.
Simple.
There's an argument.
I think it's Seth.
I've said this from the beginning of the year.
I mean,
Seth Rollins.
right now, Seth Riddle.
Sheamus.
Sheamus.
Wait, are we talking this year or are we just talking in general? Right, okay, right now. AJ's not there then.
AJ's not there.
AJ's
not there.
Man, that's not fair.
AJ's not there.
nowhere near there. AJ's nowhere near there.
AJ's had a couple bangers, but if we can't compare him to the likes of Sheamus, Seth, Roman. Come on, bro.
Not this year.
Not this year. V, not this year. Not this year.
Right, man.
It's a Seth Rollins thing still. I've said it from the beginning. Seth Rollins to me is the best wrestler right now.
Bobby's had a better year than
For me,
AJ
Seth.
in terms of work. He has.
That's actually mad, you know.
That's
Can
actually
we move
mad.
on, please?
Why is it mad? Bobby's a
It
great
hurts,
wrestler.
man. It is my guy, please. I agree.
Well, look at the year Bobby even had last year, bro. Bobby was
Yeah, I know, but
killing it.
it's just that.
AJ didn't even
Like I said, I agree. I think it's Seth anyway. I've said it. You get
So,
me?
yeah, I guess so.
Unbelievable this year.
Seth's been-
He's lost
Man, it was almost.
It doesn't matter about winning or losing. And do you know how much Mandem have actually backed
Yeah,
me
when it
when
comes
I've
to
said
work,
that,
there's
bro?
something. When it comes to work,
Mandem were getting on to know. Because
when it comes to work,
now I'm coming in now. I didn't see anything. No,
when it comes to work.
For everyone, because everyone was getting on to me about Seth Rollins lost Bear. So because Rollins has lost Bear, he's not credible enough to go after Roman.
I was helping you out. I was helping you out.
So, okay.
They said at that time, right now, can you be the one to beat Roman? We said no.
I said yes. Because I saw what you lot didn't see. Yeah?
What did you see
I
that we didn't
saw
see?
that Rollins
Doctor.
was the...
Doctor. Diagnose us, doctor. Diagnose us, doctor. No, you can't do that. After you're the doctor now. Man, even put on his spectacles to come and do that.
The X-ray.
You know what it is? I just always saw it in Rollins that I told you he was the guy that didn't lose to Roman. So it was obvious from that. It had to happen. It had to happen. Eventually, he had
Do you
to be
still
the-
see? See he's the one to beat Roman?
150 million
Fair
percent.
enough.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Okay. Just tell me why.
Seth that was going on podcast saying that. Anyway, let me not.
Go and talk your shit.
Seth even himself knows he's not the guy.
He was like, I'm not the guy. He was like, I'm not the
podcast.
guy.
I will never be that guy.
He said in Roman's era, he's not going to be the guy. So how are you going to be the guy?
be that guy.
And it's not his era.
Listen,
on podcast.
You know what it is, bro? I wouldn't mind if he was the guy to do it. Even if he wasn't the guy, I personally feel that he can be the guy to do it. He might not be the guy, but I think he can be the guy to do it. Because Rollins can have a banger.
No, he
Everything he can get it done.
absolutely
Everything
can. But based on what we see,
No, based on what we see, he can. But on what
not
he's saying,
ability.
he can't. But what do you mean ability? Of course Rollins can do it on ability, bro.
I said
No, he can.
No, I said on ability, I agree. I'm talking about what we see in terms of like.
But even
he
what
sees
we
himself.
see, he can do it.
Well, the man
in terms
the
of
man
what he sees in
himself.
Yeah.
The man himself doesn't believe it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
if
that's what I'm
the
saying.
man don't
That's-
believe it, I
that's what I'm
guess. I
saying.
guess so.
Like,
I guess
ability
so.
wise, of course he can. I've never said
No,
that.
if you don't believe it, then I guess so, innit?
I think by Royal Rumble we'll have a clear idea of.
He's not
whether-
winning the Rumble.
No, I'm not saying he's winning Royal Rumble. Like I don't. People are telling Cody should win Royal Rumble. I don't think Cody should win Royal
Rollins
Rumble.
is last 4 though. I promise you that.
Yeah,
I don't-
yeah.
Cody,
I
yeah,
don't-
like number
That's
one
not-
contenders.
I don't even want to see. I don't even see Cody return to Royal Rumble. I'll be real.
No,
wanna
but
see
I
Cody
want
at
it
all,
though. I want it.
I don't. It would be nice to see him win, but at the same time, I just want to see Cody. I want to see The Rock versus Roman. I'll be real.
I'm gonna take off my controversial glasses and hat and just be normal Sam, yeah, and just be that normal wrestling fan, yeah.
So
In all
you're going to
honesty-
be a
in all
proper
honesty,
doctor. You're
the
not.
thing-
You're
the
not going to be
thing-
Dr.
the-
Sebi.
the-
That's
no,
lying to these niggas.
You're
not gonna be
Don't clear in your immune system.
You're
and
not gonna
take
be
your
Dr.
black
Sebi.
seed oil, none of that. You get me? What? Yeah, obviously, health is wealth. Come on, man. It's good. Yeah, man. But what I'm saying is just like what I honestly feel is that the thing that fucked up for Cody was that injury. That's the honest truth.
Yeah.
From that now, the buzz is gone for me.
No, it's not.
The buzz is gone. For me, the buzz is gone. I don't give a shit.
wanna
You
know?
never had the buzz, bro.
You never had a boss for Cody.
I was gonna say that.
Wait,
never had a buzz for Cody.
This is what I'm saying. I've took off the controversial character. I'm
Okay.
being an optimistic wrestling, normal, just telling you how it is.
Right,
You
Doctor,
get
go
me?
ahead.
Yeah? Cody, for me, that buzz is gone. When he was fighting the Rollins and that, to be honest with you, something in my head said, you know what, he could go for the title right now. The buzz is so high, he could be that guy.
Yeah, but isn't
But
it
at
like
this, current stage, yeah, but when he got
so
injured, for
basically
me
it's
right now,
outside, out of mind.
for me right
That's
now,
what I'm
So when he returned,
for me
That's
right now,
insane.
for me right
came
now,
back.
When it comes back.
Yeah, when Bray came back, everyone's like,
okay,
oh my
fine.
days, we're all fantasy booking. The same way when Cody returns, they're gonna be like, hey.
Bro, bare people are saying when the Fiend left, Bray Wyatt shit.
Yeah.
Now that he's back, man are saying, yeah, Bray is that guy.
Fickle.
Like NK said, for a lot of people, outside, out of mind, of course you're not going to think about it. But for those who are Cody fans and are watching the
waiting.
product,
They're
they're waiting. A lot of us have not seen Cody wrestle in time. And we're all saying, if there's anyone to win the WWE, bro, Cody's first promo on Raw when he came back was saying that he wants to win the WWE title. So when I'm seeing man say that, we're forcing Cody into this Roman story, it's not a thing about forcing Cody into this Roman story. Cody has come into the company and
He deserves it.
He had the time.
Cody came into the company saying, listen, I want to win the WWE title. So that's not people forcing him into a story. It's just that at some point, we're just saying that he said himself, his objective is the title. Who has the title? Roman. So at some point, he has to be the one to beat me.
You know what
The bloodline stuff will subside by that point.
I
By the time
promise
Cody
you,
comes in.
I promise you on my life now.
don't spend
Any
life.
podcast moving
Careful,
forward,
careful,
I won't
slow
die
down.
tomorrow in the name
Doctor,
of Jesus.
doctor,
But I won't die in the name of Jesus. What I'm trying to tell you is, you will never hear me mention another thing about Cody until he returns. I'm done.
Okay, done. Okay.
I'll hold you to that.
I promise you. You'll see facial expressions.
Let's pretty well through.
But
Madam,
it's still us things, though.
The first part, and then we'll release this 2 weeks later,
I
innit?
promise
Actually,
you.
no, fuck it, we'll just
When
do it.
bullshit goes to
But
Phil,
yeah,
I promise you, I will read chapter 1 of Samuel's Chronicles. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
man, let's get it
I
then.
will read chapter 1. and
Alright,
that's
man,
it.
let's hurry up in it. Alright, cool. If you could have this is by the bill, big up every single time. Actually, let's quickly go to Nathan's question. Big up Nathan
we're
B.
skipping the bill.
No, we're gonna go back to him.
Okay, cool.
What are you guys doing on Sunday? On Sunday, we're gonna
Sunday,
be
yes.
tuning into your Twitch. We've got the WRESTHINGS WWE 2K22 pay-per-view.
Bow.
We've got everyone. You're in our Twitch as well. You're in our. You're a wrestler.
You're wrestling.
In what?
WWE 2K22.
They got your jacket, everything. Got your song on there as well.
Song, everything. You're in our roster still.
We'll send you the link.
Why? I
we'll
mean,
send you
so you sent me this.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, Nathan's
I'll
going to
check
be
it.
presenting in our pay-per-view.
Shout out to Nathan.
And Nafi's the current heavyweight champion.
That's Sunday. I'll check.
Sunday, yeah.
No,
I might lose this.
Nathan, I need to be in this, bro.
Nah, I'm still in.
What are you waiting for?
I needed to
I'm a
create.
world heavyweight champion
Have you
somewhere
got the
else.
pop's gonna be bad?
No. New theme and everything. New attire
That's it,
fam.
cool.
Now, I recorded a few minutes, so it's gone.
No.
Next question from our guy, the Bill Dad. If you could have one wrestler on the podcast, past or present, who would it be and why?
I feel like we've been asked this question
Undertaker.
Yeah,
In the last
Undertaker.
3 years.
AJ.
I'm not answering.
Leon Slater.
Bill's my guy.
Yeah.
He'll be cold.
Get Leon Slater on the podcast.
How do we get through to this guy?
Present.
Bro, he's in our DMs. He told we shouted him.
Present.
I really
That's
I
what you
mean,
need.
he's down, but it's just he's booked and busy, so we'll shout him.
He's a
again,
busy
innit?
guy. He's like,
Yeah.
I think, what's he got this weekend? Well, I think this weekend, so there's a guy called Liam Slater, who I think trained Leon, who's like the North Wrestling champion, which is in Newcastle. Shout out to
Oh,
Newcastle. I support
NCO.
Newcastle.
NCO,
That's the place. That's the place to go. So Lee, I say get Leon Slayer, but Liam, who's the North champion, that's a guy. Actually, I'll book myself as well. Actually, North Wrestling. I support Newcastle. I'm the highest ranked independent wrestler in the country.
Talk your shit.
I'm kind of empty of belts.
Are you listening?
Talk your shit.
Yeah, actually, let me look.
Are you listening?
What one? Liam.
Huh?
Not Leon, Liam.
Liam.
You've got this North Wrestling belt, the Newcastle United belt.
Come on.
That's the way I see it. I'm calling the shot right now.
Come on.
If you're a big man, step up
Hello.
to the best wrestler in this country.
Talk your shit.
I didn't say it. PWI said it. Dave Meltzer said it.
Keep going.
Oh, no, I've said enough. I want them to think. You wrestled Joe Hendry. Let me see who comes out of that a winner. And then we'll talk. We'll talk. North Wrestling. But Leon Slayer, go ahead. You get Leon Slayer. Get him now before it's too late, basically.
Yeah, no,
You've seen him. He's blowing up.
He's flying.
Next question from my guy Gareth. If you could make one British wrestler world champion, who would you pick?
Leon
Wade
Slater.
Barrett.
And why?
I like Remy the
I would have said Wade Barrett.
Give it time.
I said Wade Barrett with chest.
Why would you want?
What do you mean, why?
Why would you want?
Oh, there's not enough time. There's not enough time. There's not enough time.
Yeah, which company and why?
Why?
Oh.
WBE. There's not enough time. We'll talk another time.
British
Laps.
wrestler.
We'll
Yeah,
talk
which
another
wrestler?
time.
Anyone.
Laps.
Oh, you know who I'll pick anyway.
William Regal.
Laps. There'll be another time.
Let me think of someone current.
Laps.
Give me Pete Dunne as US champion. Or Butch as US champion.
World champion. World champion.
Sorry.
Why are you going
I would have made British.
You know what it is for Butch, yeah? And he's one of my favourites. He's probably my favourite British wrestler, to be quite frank. But I feel a world championship, yeah, go on, yeah. I was thinking, it's all right if he's just a mid-card champion, you know. And
But
it's
this one's
okay.
world, this
And
one's
it's
world.
okay for you not to, but you know what? Yeah, go
I
on.
said
world
British Bulldog
championship.
in 92. No, 92. That's Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan will not let you take that title, bro.
Yeah. That was super glued to his chest.
But somewhere in the 90s, mid 90s, I can't. Yeah.
94, 95.
Yeah, Bulldog 1995 was alright.
Yeah,
Bulldog 95 was on the road.
When did he have the
Yeah,
jeans?
he was.
When did he have the jeans?
Yeah.
Was it in 99? When he had the jeans?
Take off 1 year from Bret Hart.
When he had the jeans? Was that 99?
No.
I don't know.
Look at shit,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Bulldog with the jeans, 99. I don't care. I
It's
want it.
okay.
You watch his matches?
Yeah, but
What year?
most of his WWE run, I don't
I thought
really.
British Bulldog was fun.
Not when he's in the gym.
That might is better than-
I rate it. I like the
I
tune.
didn't watch that matches.
Bulldog with the jeans, 99. They should have.
Chris, next question from my guy Groovy Jimmy.
What's it, Jimmy?
Jimmy. He's got a one in it, so I'll try to pronounce the one as well. Jim one yeah. Who? Why are you laughing like that? Who of the WRESTHINGS podcast do you think would be the most successful in running a wrestling company?
I think it's Dell. To be fair, I think we all know it's
Bro,
Dell.
you've been doing events from years, bro.
He's been doing events from time, from
Don't
uni
play
days.
with
Come
it.
on,
Don't
he knew it.
Don't play
He's want to hear it himself.
Don't play with him. Don't play with him.
I was probably gonna say you.
And Mex.
You are Mex, yeah.
Mex will be camera. He'll be
Laps I don't trust. Do you know what? I can't say the reason you two. I'll get in trouble.
Mex will do everything, bro.
This guy, he'll just. I can't say the reason you two. I can't say this guy. This guy, he just wants to film it.
Now, fam.
If I stop, you know what, Lloyd, I've got a video for you to put on. I've got a video. Insert clip here. I'm joking. Next question is from my guy Lincoln. Nice GIF, probably nothing. You probably didn't see the GIF. But it was a red herring. Yeah. Yeah, it was a red herring. Anyways, my question is just how good of hands is BritWres in the current crop of stars? What with how they're getting more and more exposure overseas?
I think August answered this, bro.
He's more or less answered it.
Talks about just we're in a good place. I've just real good hands, especially like so much young talent. I picked up Leon Slayer too much, but the guy is just turned 18 years old.
When you messaged us, he was like 16 at the time.
Exactly. So and that's it. And so like we're fine. We are fine.
We are fine.
Next question is from our guy Chris the Capo.
It's good to call. Long time, bro.
Ask Del Boy if he wants to do one rounder all wrestling bars battle.
I think you did it.
Chris,
He
I'll
said yes.
smoke you.
He said
I'm so
yes.
sorry.
2 years in a
Next question.
dojo.
Chris, let's do it.
Is it 3 years?
It's tree.
2, 3, how many years?
2 years and
Paid
2.
off.
Is it 2?
He told me 2.
Okay.
Bro,
I don't know if he wants to change our
bro.
change.
It's this Mandela effect.
I mean, just
I
do the
thought
twos
it
and
was
double
game.
it.
Game.
No,
I
game.
thought it was
Whoa.
at first. Yeah.
Reggie,
Yeah.
let's him like it's game day.
Yeah.
Bro,
I
what
thought
kind of
it was
Mandela
game.
effect is this?
Yeah.
Was it Mandela effect?
Mandela effect, yeah. You think it's one thing,
Man,
innit?
them
But
are
yeah.
crazy. Man said Mandela effect.
That's a real thing.
No.
It's a real thing.
We did a
Do it.
2-week
I'm just wondering why they're saying it now.
That's a real thing.
Mandela.
Mandela effect's a real thing.
No, Mandela. This one's not Mandela. This one's called the Las Vegas effect.
Wait, that's what she said. No, I'm joking. Are you man? No, put your hands down. No, you walked into no. I was joking. It's a trick. Camera trick. Yeah, tricking you. It was a camera trick. Are you fucking dumb? Bleep that. No, I'm joking. You dickhead. You fucking pussy. It was far from the mic anyway, they didn't hear it. Last question from my guy Gigi. Who are the greatest tag team of all time?
Legion of Doom.
For me, it's the Steiners, man.
Dudleys.
Legion of Doom.
For me, it's the Steiners.
Dudleys.
I can't lie.
This is
Sorry,
dangerous.
For me, it's the Steiners.
I can't lie. Legion of Doom will have the Steiners. Who else?
Dudley boys.
Have the Steiners.
The Steiners have had the lead. Oh, come on, man.
When?
In WCW.
What was this?
In WCW. Check your phone.
Was a win easy?
When is the win ever easy to beat the Steiners?
Wait, I'm baffed. Wait, okay, cool. I do not watch it. Don't worry.
Nah, Dudleys for me, man.
Dudleys.
And probably in Japan as
There's an
well.
argument.
I'll check. I'll
Probably beat them in Japan as well.
I can't lie. Legion of Doom will have the Dudleys, boy. Don't play around.
What?
Legion of Doom will have. Are you right? Hook and Animal.
Are you alright? Bubba Ray and
sorry,
Devon,
this guy,
bro.
please.
Are you crazy, bro?
Hook and Animal.
Back in early
Enough.
2000s.
Why did you say Hook and Animal will have the Dudleys? Why?
Have you not seen the guys when these guys wrestle?
Have you seen the way the Dudleys have wrestled?
ECW.
NK, watch Hook and Animal.
WW.
These men are your type. These men beat Pete. They
And you think Dudleys don't? You think the Dudleys don't?
That's my type. That's my type.
I don't think. Have you ever watched the Nation
I've
thingy?
watched Hook and Animal.
You
Bro.
say Nation of Domination?
I've watched Hook and Animal.
Have you not seen the finisher?
Yes, their finisher, the Doomsday device. I know about the Doomsday device. Man's acting like I don't know about the Doomsday device. Like I don't watch Hook and Animal. But I'm trying to tell you. But I'm actually trying to tell you. The Dudley boys are the more. I'll say more. It's gonna sound fucked. More advanced version. The legend of you get me? What are you talking about? Do you know who the Dudleys are? Do you know who the Dudleys are? Advance! Are you not buzzing? Are you not buzzing?
LOD are better wrestlers than the Dudley Boys. LOD are better wrestlers than the Dudley Boys.
Wait,
LOD are better. Legion of Doom are better wrestlers than the Dudley Boys.
Oh wait, better wrestlers.
Do you see what this man is saying? Do you see what this man is saying?
I agree with you. I said,
what the fuck are you
agree though. I agree.
Better wrestlers.
No, I agreed with you. I said, I think Legion
Who's a
are
better
better.
striker? Who's a better striker? Bubba Ray Dudley or Animal? No! Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Are you buzzing? Are you buzzing? Bubba Ray Dudley! You lot are dumb. No, you lot are chatting shit. You lot are chatting shit. Enough. No, Del.
I'm not even tired. My struggle. No, I'm not.
I didn't know this was gonna be the.
I didn't know. Okay, show me.
I can't even lie.
How the fuck does Animal even punch someone? Show me. Show me. You know when Bubba Ray does that boom boom and does it? Are you dumb? He's a better striker. What are you talking about? Hey, big man, someone shoot me in the head.
Sam.
So in saying that, are you saying that the Legion of Doom are better than Dusty Rhodes as a striker?
Because you know that's what.
Or is Dusty Rhodes better than them?
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes is better than Hawk and Animal. Can you tell me any striking moves? Wait. Can someone out of the Mandem tell me a striking move which Hawk and Animal can do? Tell me now.
Clotheslines. Have you seen the clotheslines?
Is that a striking move?
Of course, that's a striking move.
I in the strike area.
Yeah, but it's not really a striking move.
Bro, they're stiff wrestlers.
Sam, these men talked to the ring. The opponents were shook.
Okay.
They didn't know what was gonna happen.
Bro, if you compare the two, play SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, you'll see the difference between the strikes.
No, forget that. I'll give you a match to watch. I'll show you what they've done to Iron Sheik and thingy. Or what's his bro?
Colonel Mustafa.
Do you know what, man? Iron Sheik will be in the ring like this, bro. I swear. Bro,
You think the Dudleys
even
not as
Dudley,
physical?
bro,
You think the
get
Dudleys
that
not as
time out.
physical?
What a flip.
Hey, but you think
Get
the
my
Dudleys
arm,
not
bro.
as physical?
Unlock
Nah, bro, I can't lie. You well, the doctor.
Sam,
Doctor, the diagnosis was wrong.
I'm definitely not Wallow.
Wrong prescription.
I know I didn't Wallow. Mandem, you.
No, but so are you telling me that? Are you telling me that you put the Dudley boys as strikers?
I wouldn't
So
say
wait,
they're
no,
better
no,
strikers,
so when you
but
say
I'll say
advanced, yeah?
they're better strikers than Legion of Doom.
So who else are the better strikers then?
Man said key stage 2,
You
key stage 1. There's a clear.
I want Blacks to clarify. Wait, Blacks, when you mean
So are you basing this?
what do you mean by
Are you basing this? Yes, we clocked it. Madam, I clocked it. I see why you're saying it. It's because I'm rolling poly. That's why you're saying this.
Hello, so what? Dudley boys have a advanced moveset.
They have more advanced movesets.
No, okay, I won't lie. They have got a good moveset. Their moveset is better than their moveset is better than what's it called? The Road Warriors. I'll be real.
That's what I'm saying. It's more.
But in terms of execution, striking, that's what we're talking about.
I think the
Dusty
Dudleys-
Rhodes punch,
I think the
that Dudley. No, I'm so
I think the
sorry.
Dudleys do anyway. That's what I feel anyway.
That's fair enough.
Well, for me, it's FTR.
Not every doctor's
That's my controversial take. All time FTR. And if you don't believe me, watch when Royal Quest drops on New Japan World. Watch me wrestle, but watch them. I don't know. I think they're doing that.
The Young Bucks, man.
That's fair. That's
there's an
fair.
argument.
If you just look at the legacy of matches, that's
Yeah,
fair,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's the Young Bucks, man.
There's a lot of modern teams where you kind of have to start saying all timers.
Yeah.
You actually kind of.
I'm gonna stop being stubborn and even. Yeah, you're right.
Where would you put Usos in that?
Top
They're the
10.
new gen.
Because I've seen him.
Above the
I've seen him.
LOD.
He will turn around at some point.
The 1D.
No, Usos are good though.
Yeah, they're good.
At one point, they were like my top three.
But the way they
in the
back,
world.
When they'll be for New Day,
At one more, sir?
when they'll be for New Day.
Yeah, around that period.
that time
Even
they
before that as well.
Nah,
Like
Usos
when they
are
start, when they
good.
started
No
wearing like
disrespect, they're good.
when they started
They're
when they started they stopped doing the whole full face paint and doing the hacker.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put them as all time.
What about Mo
Like,
Saint
When
Machine
they
Gun?
started acting like proper
I
niggas,
used to,
I was fucking with them still. When they acted like proper niggas, I was fucking with them still.
beginning of Uso penitentiary.
Yeah, even before that, low key when they started wearing like the shorts and the tights underneath.
I mean, when they became hood, they understood the situation.
We're not getting nicked off.
Look at this madman.
I agree. Okay, man.
Don't worry. You can't do that.
Come on, man.
How can you bleep that?
You bleep that.
What?
Are you hearing this madman?
What? Nicked off?
Since he said G though, fam, you've heard of
I'm bleeping that. I didn't say it. No, he didn't say it. It's calm. It's calm. But no, but think, bro. Where I'm from, we say stuff off, innit? Do you know what I mean?
I thought I was the madman. I thought I was the madman of the podcast. Bro,
Wait.
Like, see, like
I'm
if you say
from Mad Ends as well, you know.
no, like if you say a thing and it's like Rush got back, it's nyashed off, you know, like.
Can we? He just wanted to say that. He just wanted to say
No, give me an
that.
example, like, bro. It's I lie, man.
Guys, this has been episode
You might not even cracked off still.
Hey yo, hey, I can't lie. It's been a mad episode. We nearly done. I think we've done 3 hours. I think it's been 2 hours. I don't know. But big up Michael for coming through, man.
Make sure it's for Michael, cool, man.
Pleasure to be
I'm
here
gonna
once
ask the same
again.
question I ask always all the time. Where can we find you, bro?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you take @DOJMO, I'll come up. DOJMO.com for merchandise. ShopRevPro.com for like exclusive t-shirts from there as well. Support me. Like there's new stuff coming along, and then just check out big promotion social medias like New Japan to see where I pop up next.
Come on.
Like RevPro to see where I pop up next. Who knows?
The price has gone up, people.
gone up.
Recognize.
Price of the brief's going up.
Everything now double.
Bro, guys, last announcement before we go. Sunday, check out Nathy's Twitch stream. It's gonna be on the main page of Twitch, so go watch that.
Please.
What else is there? We're gonna do something for December. We've got a December Christmas party happening.
Christmas party. It's Black History Month. Quickly, maybe we should do this for the rest of the month.
Why am I not raising the fist?
Let's all shout out a black wrestler, whether past, present, just quickly so people can go search.
No, you
them,
didn't include
maybe find
Roman
a
in
match
that,
or
did
something.
Virgil.
Here we go. No, big up Virgil though. He's cold still. Why are you laughing, man? It's Black History Month. That's my brethren, man.
Don't play Virgil. Don't play
Come on,
Virgil.
don't play with Virgil, man.
Play Virgil.
Oh my God, what happened to
Okay,
Virgil?
go.
I'll say. I will say Leon Slater, but like Remy Adetunji as well. You gotta check out that. He's just starting, and you just know big things are coming his way. You just know. So yeah.
I'm gonna shout out someone from the past, Ruckus. One of my favorite wrestlers growing up.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna shout Shane Strickland, AEW.
He had a sick interview with Kaz this week.
I watched that.
Yeah, it was a proper insightful.
I mean, go Booker T.
Booker
T.
I was gonna say anything, but that'll be for next week. The Ugandan giant, Kamala.
I would say the Pope.
That's an Okada, you know.
The Pope.
That's an Okada.
Pope De Niro, fam. The Pope. Yeah.
That's an Okada. It's a Black History Month, man. I'm joking.
Every week now, we've got to mention.
Yeah, let's just mention the Black wrestler, man. Do you know what I mean?
TNA? Come on. The Pope, man. The Pope. That's my guy, bro.
He should have been world champion, you know.
Bro.
He should be AJ.
Last announcement, guys. If you're sticking around to the end, I'm sure you got to the end podcast right now.
Oh, they're staying.
A big announcement. Michael is now going to challenge me for my Whose Song Is It title. It is a Mazzoline. We'll see if he gets it.
What's your number? What's the score I need to beat?
31.
Yeah.
31.
Yep. So if you beat 31, that's your title. But I'll give it to you next time I see you. I'll bring it to you. My first title defense.
Cool. That's cool.
So let's see.
Got the reply, you know. It's gonna come.
I've been Anafi.
Oh, what?
Yeah, word.
Fuck, you know. Live on the podcast, that's exclusive.
I've been We'll check it out.
Doctored off, fam.
I've been Anafi.
I need help, guys. Carry on.
I've been
My
Michael
tribal
Oku.
chief.
Let's go again, man. This guy's disturbing us.
I'm so sorry.
I'm his doctor,
sorry.
man.
Sorry.
Hey, the show, we're trying to close up the
Just
practice.
your man. Just your man. This guy just bait out his move.
No.
So I'll blow it out. I've been Anafi.
I've been Michael Oku. I've been Michael Oku.
Delboy.
Laps, Lucha V.
Your boy Sam Blacks.
Okay.
It's Wrestling's podcast, episode 141, the coolest wrestling podcast in the world. You already know the vibes, you already know the slogan. Put your hands down because if I go, I'm mad! If I turn mad, though, I'm a madman. Listen, tell your mum, tell your auntie, tell your girlfriends, tell the girl that you moved to. In fact, go and tell your doctor. Go and tell your doctor. Tell your doctor. Because
Swear down, Delaco.
listen, not only are we the coolest wrestling podcast in the world, I'm so sorry, we are the best wrestling podcast in the world. You will not find a podcast with vibes like this. And yeah, you guys already know the slogan. Well, I mean, Black's slogan is for the Galdem, but our one is by the Mandem! Hey, I'm yacked. I'm still yacked. You just got to the end of the podcast, and if you enjoyed what you've listened to, enjoyed what you watched, enjoyed the vibes, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bow.